Hello, I'm Occupational Click, and my brother is with me, and we're streaming earlier, though we're late, I think.
Yes, I know.
I think I scheduled a stream for like 6:30ish? 6:20, whenever it was. Well, here we are. Better late than never, right? So here we are. Where is we? We's right here. We're right in front of you, ghost of Penny P. We're here. Hello, Jeff Wilbett. Ah, man. It's not a stream without you.
Long
time no interact. So good to see you again. Yes. And so my three favorite people, we got Totem, Penny Pounder, and Jeff Wilbett. Great to see you three guys.
Lovely.
Yeah. All right, so we got something done today. My brother's been off. You had a nice 2-day reprieve. Why don't you tell him at least how nice it is?
So Monday is my day off, and today I took a personal day. So I had 2 days in a row off.
And we got some shit done. You scheduled those doctors and dentists and shit you need to get done because you got an appointment. You got a vacation last week of September, you think? You don't know for sure. And if they fuck you over, just say, fuck it, I'm taking vacation that week.
Sick,
yeah. Because you get that shit done. We went over. We called the IRS. We got that straightened. We think.
We hope so.
The IRS said, okay, the payments were misapplied. It's our fault. We'll send you a confirmation. We got to wait 7 to 10 business days. We got that done.
Scheduled all my medical shit.
Yeah. So I don't know. I was seeing the EMDR guy because I saw him like 2 weeks ago. He went on vacation, so I saw him again today. I was actually recording it. But it was weird. It's like the universe doesn't want me to tell my story because the doorbell rang. It was this dothead lady, realty. So I got rid of her. And then the stream, it was almost over. It was a 45-minute session. It was like 2:45. We're about to say goodbye. And the power went dead for like 10 minutes. All the power in the house in the neighborhood went out for 10 minutes. And I lost that stream because I was OBS. Yeah. I learned you can't do MP4 files because they don't autosave. So I should. But the point is, I was telling the meat and potatoes of my story. The nigger bitch tried to run me over. I'm not talking about the bitch at the grocery store. I'm talking about 5 years back and how they all came after me. They wanted to get me arrested for vaping. I was telling the meat and potatoes, also stuff with my mother and my father and my hand and my cunt of a sister. It was like the meat and potato session. But of course, first I got an interruption. When that didn't work, they had to kill the power on me. I know it sounds woo-y, but hey, I wonder sometimes. This wasn't like some blasé nothing session with my regular shrink that I wouldn't care about. This was like something important. It was something important. Yes, this is a desktop stream. Yes, you're correct, Doggo.
Hey, Doggo.
I'm trying to tell my story here.
Yes.
Well, what happened was, up until about 4 or 5 years ago, I never baited anybody. After being treated like shit over and over again, I've decided that when someone treats me like shit, I'm going to bait them. So yes, you're absolutely right. I baited that lady at the supermarket, but only after she came after me. I didn't go there looking for trouble. I saw her once, no big deal. Saw her twice, and me being a spurg or ugly or whatever, it set off her bullshit. And I said, you know what? In the past where I would try to be nice or walk away, everyone says just walk away. I used to do that. It got me nowhere. I'm going to put up my camera. I'm going to give it back to her. Yeah, we're following you, lady. I'm going to come up behind your car and record your license plate. Yes, I definitely taunted that woman, but only after she went crazy on me. In the past, I didn't do anything to ask for this. Even at the supermarket, July, whenever that was, late July, early August, I did nothing to ask for that. The only difference is now when someone goes crazy on me, I'm going to do my best to go crazy back on them. So you're absolutely right, Penny Pounder. I do spurg bait after they've attacked me. After they've baited me, I bait them back. You're absolutely right. I never did it in the past. I'm telling this dude my stories from before I was like this. I'm like this now because of how I've been treated. It's precisely because of these experiences that I now behave like this when I encounter them. Yes, I did not go looking for that. Go fuck yourself. I don't know who this is. I don't want to even say the name because I don't know who this is.
I think you do, buddy.
No, because last we were doing the grill, she was like, you were ignoring me. I said, no. People come and go. You were here, especially when we do our grilling streams. This is true. Cassandra's usually at work. We usually stream a bit earlier. Yeah. So Cassandra's, I'm here, but I'm at work now. I'll stop in later. So I forgot Cassandra was even here. And then she's like, you're ignoring me on purpose. I'm here too. No, you only come around when it's convenient for you. But okay, all right, fine. How are you, Cassandra? Well, no, and then of course the power goes out. The power went out for 10 minutes.
Yes, it did.
For no apparent reason. And I lost that. I was seriously going to upload it. Had all my story. I'm like 2 birds, 1 stone. I'll tell this guy and I'll upload for the Starlings. My power went dead, and the whole file is corrupted. It's an MP4 file on OBS. But I'm going to tell the story again. It's not going to stop me. Yeah. Laffy, how are you? Hey, Laffy, what did you do? I'm curious. How did you do that? You changed your name, the font or whatever, and it might not even come up because maybe it will, maybe it won't. How did you change the typeface? It's bold. It's a bit bigger. How did you change the font of your name? Because Morrissey Wildcat and what's his name, McHenry Cruiser, they would do that, but it doesn't show up in StreamYard because StreamYard sees a bunch of nonsense characters. What did you do, Mr. Laffy? Because what did you do to make your name all, bold and a bit bigger? Yeah. Well, not just you, Cassandra. Right now, it's a sit-down stream, like you said. It's a sit-down stream. So I see most comments, unless things get a little too crazy or I'm going on a tangent. Normally, I can see all the comments. When I'm at the grill, I got a phone in one hand, I'm using the app. It's very easy. My brother can tell you, it's very easy to miss. Plus, on the phone, you only see like three or four lines at a time. So all it takes is like right, 5 or 6 lines of text, and I'm flipping. I look back, they're gone. So it's not just you. I've told others. I remember Doggo complained, "Why did you ignore me?" It's like, no, guys, I didn't see it because when you're doing it on the phone with the app,
3 messages,
right? You see 3 lines of text at a time.
Grill, we gotta go get more spices.
We're grilling, we're flipping, and when I look down, your 3 or 4 messages are now gone. I never saw them, so it's nothing personal. I've told this a million times. It's different. Streaming on the app is different than
here on the PC. We can see 10 chats right now, and we're not doing anything else but sitting here.
Right,
we can focus on
so we can see more, and we're not doing anything. But when we're see more. But no, the point is when we're on the phone, I can only see like 3 lines of text at a time, and if enough people are chatting and I'm taking a couple minutes to flip, I lose.
If there's a lot of back and forth, you're gonna get lost in it.
I'd love to. I wasn't going to edit anything in that video. With the black lady at the grocery store, I edited out the name of the store. You can figure it out. I blurred out the name of the store and edited out the name. But no, that was straightforward. I was going to upload today's video. I still have the file, but it's an MP4. It says 0 megabyte. I was looking online, and people were saying, if you're going to use OBS, don't save as an MP. I didn't know this. Don't save as an MP4. Save as like a FLV, because if the power goes out, MP4s, they need to finalize to be finished. Otherwise, it's all lost. So I can't upload it. And it's amazing. It's like some force didn't want me to share the story or record the story.
I wanted to prevent it from being said.
I even told the guy when the doorbell rang, I said, let me get the doorbell.
She wasn't here 20 minutes earlier or 20 minutes later. She was there at the moment he was telling the story.
And no one ever rings the bell here. So it's like no one ever visits. I'm like.
And then the power goes out just before he can save it. Yeah.
Fucking, it's like
some bad juju.
Yeah, bad juju, bad energy. Yeah. What's the website you use to? I don't want to do it. I'm just curious. I like to learn new things. What's the website you use to convert your fonts? Yes. I don't recall this. I read a message by her and then didn't respond and said she wasn't here.
He was also drinking heavily. There's that too.
I don't remember that. Like, if you're here earlier and like an hour goes by, I remember who was it? There was some dude who claimed he was in China, but like the time zone was off. You told me that. I remember now. China only has 1 time zone, even though it should have like 3 or 4. The guy claimed he was in China, but he got the time wrong. And he asked me if there are any women here. And I said, well, the closest we have, meaning literally right now, was Darnell Dodge, who apparently gave birth to a child, but is a male who presents as female. That was an interesting story. At that time, you weren't physically there. You might have been in earlier, but I'm not going to mention someone who was in earlier because when you do stream, especially when you do the grill stuff, starlings like fly in and out. So it's like, yeah. No, you're being disingenuous, Cassandra. You're being disingenuous. Please don't be disingenuous. Even Brother Click, who's always criticizing me for being an asshole, he's even sticking up for me because it's different on the phone.
Yeah, the phone is a whole different animal.
It's a different streaming animal, yeah. Well, maybe I should download, what's his name? Doggo and Todd used to get Prism. Maybe I'll try the Prism app. Maybe it's easier. I just use the YouTube app, and it's you only see 2 or 3 lines of text at a time, and if a few people talk and I'm not looking, I don't see it. And if people come in, but then like 20 minutes later they're gone, I assume they're gone. If people aren't talking, I assume they're not there. It's a different animal when you're doing a YouTube app stream on a cell phone. No, that's exactly what it's not. You see, with a dog ate my homework, you didn't do your homework, you need an excuse. This is the opposite. I wanted my homework to share with you assholes, and the universe decided. So it's the exact opposite. don't get my homework. I didn't really do it, but I'll use an excuse. It's the opposite. I actually did the work, and fuck, my father came in our room and sat on it and destroyed my science experiment.
I was here too. I was on my computer. The power went out.
You were upstairs.
Yeah, he was doing his thing, and yeah.
Lingo Jam.
Okay,
is that, and you can use it to what? Change the okay. Would you copy paste and change your name? I don't know. Lingo Jam. And yeah, the guy, yes, it was something like that. It wasn't quite Aurora. It was like a Ruru expert. Yes. He claimed he was in China, but he was like 3 hours behind their communist standard time zone. I don't know. Now we're getting some real questions.
I wish I had an answer.
What the fuck?
We can't afford a place because this asshole is unemployed. Maybe January, February. Stop.
Oh, good evening, Horsehead. Wait, he's out to cheer practice.
Okay, so his kid's cheering and he's just bored out of his mind.
So you can watch this while your little girl's going, hey, the HSATEXAS from Pam. Is your wife with you, or is it your job? You got to take her to cheer practice. Does the wife go, or just you?
Does your wife have a job? Is she working?
See, Cassandra, I see this message, so I'm going to read it. So you can't accuse me of not seeing your messages when I clearly do. I don't blame you for not seeing every message. I'm not being disingenuous. I'm not so sure. I wasn't even complaining to you, just commenting on my sadness for being referenced only vaguely and assumed absent. Well, that's happened before. You've come, especially when we do grill streams. You come in and say, hi, it's me, but it's like 3:00 here in Arizona. I'm teaching right now. Bye. So I just assumed you were in and out because you set the stage for that. So don't be sad. You led us to believe you're just in and out. And is she watching this too, or is she on her own phone? Are either of you watching the kid cheer? You're just sort of in the bleachers. Yeah. Are you sitting with the sidelines, the stands, or what happens there?
Is there a game going on, or is it just cheerleading?
Well, you were telling me there's a lot of evil. After the power went out and the doorbell rings, power goes out. This was like the meat and potato. You called it the meat and potatoes EMDR stream. Like some force doesn't want me to record this. Like the power could have gone out. Even if the power had gone out like 5 minutes later, we wouldn't have this problem. It's got to go out right at the very end. At least I got to finish my story with the guy. Even my brother's
plus, with him not working, I'm really draining my savings to pay the rent. So this house can't really last. It's not tenable.
No, it's not. Plus, we want to we're gonna put this behind us. No, I understand. That's not what I asked. They said you're both okay. Are you still?
That's what I asked. Okay, that does sound familiar.
Are you sitting in the bleachers, or what is this? Tell me about cheer. Is this like a gymnasium? Is that a school? You sit in the bleachers, or
is there a game being played and you're waiting for the cheerleaders, or is this just cheer practice?
No. Penny Pounder is from Dallas. Horsehead went to Dallas simply to attend a concert for Witcher 3, a video game, a symphonic. He's from Abilene, 2.5 hours to the west. Laffy, you're from Oklahoma? I could have sworn you said you were from... Who said they were from Manhattan? And I remind them of their father. I thought that was you. I could have sworn. Well, why? Actually, that's well, I would assume the two of you are on separate phones. Why would she be listening to this? Also, are you? How's it work? I'm dead serious. Are you in bleachers? Is there like, do the little boys play pee-wee football and the girls cheer, or is it just
outside? Yeah.
And here's another thing. So, if Penny Pounder was in Abilene a couple weeks ago, and Horsehead was in Dallas yesterday or a day or two ago, why haven't you guys met up? You're clearly you have no problem traveling between the two cities, only 2.5 hours. Why haven't you guys met yet?
We need to see that
in real life.
Come on, guys, come on.
Well, look, man, I don't ban anyone unless they play games with their accounts. So Penny's first account is banned because I couldn't see any of his comments. I've explained this. So I said, Penny, you can come here, say whatever you want about me, but if I can't reply to you, we got a problem. So he didn't know how to fix it. it's a mess he made back when I was on Dumbs Chat. So I banned Penny Pounder 1. He's back as the ghost of Penny Pounder 2. He's welcome, but that fucked up account is not, because he fucks up and up. Like Cassandra said, here's where I give Cassandra credit. This whole, I'm going to ban you, I'm going to block you. It's like a petty bullshit game. When people want to play games and I can't see their comments on my app, they go bye-bye, and you can come back. Just don't fuck with your profile or your the settings on your account. We've been over this. But as far as off-grid, I can't, what do you want me to tell you, Laffy? If he comes on, you both can come on my panel and talk to each other. I don't give a shit. It'll be peace. Make peace. All right, where are we? I'm falling behind.
Oh, this is just crap.
Okay, this asshole is from, a Swede living in Norway. Congratulations on your new apartment. You didn't really... I would describe it as a co-op. You're not really a landlord. You said you're renting from the city. Yeah. It's some like city-owned public housing or some shit.
Click on horse head. We're on a field behind the intermediate. Just chill. Okay, so it's just.
Are there like metal bleachers, or they got a bunch of like foldable chairs, or where are you sitting right now? You're just standing there. I'm curious what it was like. And the boys play pee wee football and the girls cheer.
It says just cheer practice.
Where's that? Where's that?
We just whole fucking comment.
We're on a field. Okay, I saw that. Behind the intermediate school. Okay, just cheer. Oh,
so there's no game being played. Just
actually, there was more beyond the comma. Okay. Well, not answer that.
Okay, so there's a game on Saturday.
What is the game?
Is it football or baseball? Well, baseball doesn't have cheerleaders, so I guess it is football.
So what? The little boys play what? Pee wee football, and the girls. This is a practice. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. Click on horse head again.
That.
Okay, so
a folding chair they brought. That's what I'm asking. I'm trying to picture you guys. I thought you were in like a gymnasium up on bleachers, those wooden bleachers that pull out. No, you had to bring your own chair, and you're outside in the field, and the little girls are all what I'm a TEXAS.
So he says no bleachers.
I'm gonna take a piss and go to the beer. So you can actually. Let's finish this off. I'm gonna take a piss. There are more people here than I expected. Maybe we should be. This wound up quicker than I thought.
Yes, it did.
You got two. I'll get two more. Why not? Yes. You take the helm from home.
All right. So what's going on, Starlings? Looks like you're all hungry for a sit-down stream, so come on. Don't be shy now. Very nice indeed. Is getting them ready for the big show. Vape, yes. Penis, no. That's your decision, Penny. That's what you do. You always want an open panel. We're going to wait a little bit. But how you doing, JT? How's life treating you these days? I don't know what NROC means. You're going to have to explain that in rock, DV, whatever, yeah. Okay. You mean I am deflecting somehow?
Wait, sit back. Yeah. Let me take. Okay, what's going on?
Oh, Christ! Nonsense.
How are we deflecting? What was the Christ? What's the question? What's going on?
I don't know. JT wants a panel. I said maybe later.
Maybe in a minute if I feel like it. Why don't I put him on panel? Unless you're gonna show your face, I don't want to look at you. Christ.
Then he said Rock deflects. I didn't know what Rock meant. He meant to type Broseed.
You're bad at engaging people. Let me handle this. That's the professional.
These are your Starlings. I don't really care about them.
Yes, he was trying to say bro C. He's a typo because he's a retard. Now, how come you idiots, if you visit each other's cities, don't get together sometime? I'm dead serious. So I'm putting that out there. Or meet halfway. You can easily travel between Dallas and Abilene. What the fuck is going on here? I can do that, but I'm not going to do that right now. I physically can, but I'm not in the mood right now. Is Penny Pounder, you're black or mulatto, whatever you are, you're working for ICE or something?
He's half black, half Filipino.
I thought that was his girlfriend. He says today? What he says?
Okay, his girlfriend was Filipino.
He's half Filipino. Maybe he is. I
remember him saying he was half black, half Filipino. Correct us, Ghost of Penny.
Yeah, are you full-blown nigger? Are you half nigger, half something else?
You're raised by your white mother, so you're confused.
You told me I was a Laplander because my eyes were slinty, as I recall. Anyway, I want to show you my little printer down here. This is a Brother printer, and I was having problems with it because what I can do, if I want to scan something, I don't know if you can see this. I can hit scan, and it gives me the option. You know, do you want to do a PDF? Do you want to do JPEG? Whatever. What do you want to do for the scan type, color, black, white, resolution, how much DPI? It's beautiful. It wasn't working earlier, and we spent like fucking 2 hours trying to fix it. We finally found the solution.
Yeah.
The solution was there's the software on the computer. We finally did. It took forever. We were looking. We looked online. We went to the Brother website, it's a Brother printer. Nothing helped. Finally, we uninstalled the old software, downloaded and reinstalled the new software, which apparently updated the drivers, and we clicked on the software. In scan settings, I had to pick advanced scan, not home-based scan or regular scan. I had to pick advanced scan, and just by doing that and syncing it up with the PC's clock, then all of a sudden the options came back on. But it's like, if you think about it, this should be separate. This should have nothing to do with software. Yeah. But no, I couldn't have before when the thing got corrupted. Every time I tried to scan, it would just say press OK. I was like, whoa, where are the options from here, from the printer? Why can't I pick JPEG versus PNG versus PDF on the printer? Why can't I pick the DPI on the printer? I always had those options on my little printer scanner device menu. A little device. What do you call this thing? Not menu, but the little screen.
Yeah.
Why did it go bye-bye? Apparently some driver got corrupted, so I had to download. So it took forever. We finally got that, so we can scan. It's scanning beautifully. We had to. The trick was fully delete, remove, uninstall all the old shit, and then reinstall, and then go for advanced scan mode. But how does the software affect? Shouldn't the printer have its own built-in software? It's like, what the fuck? But we got that. At least we accomplished something today. Yeah. Where were we? I'm sorry. No, what I do is I got Wi-Fi. I don't want the printer connected to Wi-Fi. I never liked that for various reasons. It's not so much fear or privacy. If the internet goes down, I still want to be able to print. So I'm traditional. I say no Wi-Fi. I like to use the USB that connects to the computer because internet's great, but if the internet goes down, I don't want to be relying upon it. So I've got the PC and the printer hooked up directly. The cable, they're connected by a USB cable. USB A to the computer, USB B full size to the printer. And something got corrupted, maybe because of the power outage. We don't know. Something got corrupted, but I still like the internet, but I still like, okay, if the internet's down, I should still be able to fucking print. So I think, in other words, we also had problems with our TV. I had to unplug the HDMI cable and plug it back in. So this 10-minute power outage cost me my EMDR session where I explained my stories about the nigger bitch turning me over and then trying to get me arrested and the way they came after me and the manager I told that whole story and all that bullshit, and it got deleted in the last minute because the power went out. It was only 10 minutes, it was an hours long, and the TV was fucked up and the printer was fucked up, but hey, here we are. So and I said, we need a break from all this seriousness. Let's stream to take our mind off things. Exactly. And yeah, I synced up the clock and the printer syncs up to the PC because we had to reset everything. For some reason, something got corrupted with this power outage. I don't know.
No, go click on that. That's not true.
What's that?
Go down to this one.
No, I said the opposite. I said if people want to attack me now, I will bait them back. I don't bait anybody. And in the past, when people would bait me, I would either try to be nice or back off. I will bait now. If people want to play games, I'll bait them back. But that's only in response to the way I've been treated all these years. That started about a year or so ago at the pool when I burned my hand. That's another story. So I didn't start baiting people until after all this bullshit. And I only bait when they've attacked me first. Absolutely. That's exactly what I said. Penny Pounder's a liar.
Yeah.
Maybe I should ban him. Christ. Come on. At least pay attention. You sound retarded. Well, like I said, Penny Pounder's the only person I've ever had to ban, and I banned him because he fucked with his account, and he's still here. I told him you come back with a different account, so he's back. So no one's banned here either. I don't ban people. I've timed people out, but I've never banned.
Laffy, you never go live, and you probably never will. Don't tease us.
That I do not. I'm the opposite. No one gets to be a mod. Instead of like, I don't like the favoritism, but no one gets to be a mod. Everyone's equal. We're all equals. We don't need a fucking. I don't need a fucking mod.
And when you do something to hide your messages and replies, you're unequal. So you get banned.
Yes. Tell one more time.
When you do something to your account to hide your messages and your replies, that is unequal behavior, and you get banned.
Penny Pounder, first account. Yes, I don't ban anyone for words. I don't like what you said. I'm going to block you. I'm mad. I don't do that. For actions. That was a fucked up action you did, Penny Pounder. So I'm glad I blocked that first account.
Equality is law here.
And no one gets to be a mod. We don't have mods.
Gets to speak. Everyone gets to be heard.
Yes.
If you do something to ensure that you're not heard, then you get banned.
I'm a middle-aged white male American. I still believe in freedom, even if like most of these niggers and women and shit don't. I don't give a fuck. And foreigners. Oh well, the pool. I'll tell the story. The pool. It's this house, and there's some condos. This town doesn't have a community pool, so all these different residencies around here have to pay into some little pool club, which the landlord pays for. I haven't been there in years. I actually made a video. I started making a video. Maybe I'll edit together. I was like back in like 2002 when I was 20 years old. I was pulled out one summer night. I was taking a walk. I had taken a summer course. I had failed. It was like a calculus or some kind of advanced calculus course. I'd failed. I got a D. I needed a C to get in school of business. And I opened the pool gates because they were unlocked. And I just jumped in. I took my shirt off. I jumped in. I was wearing a pair of shorts. And the police showed up and pulled me out. So I never went back there until last year when I burned my hand and I threw a tantrum. I said to my fucking idiot parents, I'll share all this. I explained all this today to my EMDR guy, but all that got deleted. So yes, we did go I went to the pool this year. I figured we're paying for it by proxy with the manager. Landlord. I'm sorry, the landlord. But I remember in years past when we were young, when my parents first rented this house like 30 years ago, when we were teenagers, that pool was crowded as shit. Now no one goes there. It's pretty much dead. And the lifeguard girl who, agreed to bandage my hand, they got nasty with me. That I baited her after she got nasty with me. But I'll share all that. But I did go back this year. My brother said not to, but I did anyway. And he went. So yeah.
Yeah, I went a few times.
Where are we?
I'm gonna just do a quick read of everything. It mostly looks like nothing.
All right, Phil, let's start again. Where are we? You've never really gone hard on me. No. I'm not sexy enough for you. No, my brother's correct. Yeah. You played games with that first account, and that one time I looked on the app and I said I got 6 responses. 2 were from others I could see. I couldn't see 4. I had to go onto the computer, not logged in, and the 4 comments I couldn't see were from Penny Pounder. And Totem's like, yeah, because he blocked you. I said, okay, that's not his account is gone. I don't think you even knew what you did to your account. You've never gone hard on me. All you've ever done is misconstrued and gotten everything wrong. Even when I explain something in the same stream, 5 minutes later, you're getting it wrong. And I'm not sure if you're a troll or a moron. It could be both. But yeah, no, you've never gone hard on me. You just played games with your account, which is why I even said you can come back with a different account that I can actually respond to. Don't play games. That's what I'm saying. Don't fiddle with settings, asshole. But say whatever you want. Words don't bother me, numbnuts. That's the truth. I've never said, I don't like what you said, I'm banning you. That's not my style. It's never been my style. when I couldn't respond, the captain, sorry. When I couldn't respond to I'm like, this is ridiculous. But enough of this. I've explained this 1,000 times. Enough.
Yes.
Let's put him in timeout. I asked you where you're from. You're like, New York. Well, I could be lying. Well, if you don't want to share, why are you coming on? This isn't, I don't know what kind of panel you're looking for. We're honest here. This is a coffee house.
Yeah, JT, you always get upset and annoyed with the way this stream flows.
Yeah, why are you even here?
Why are you here? You gotta,
and why did Totem bring him here? Totem's a retard. Totem's kind of trollish, but I don't mind Totem. Why would you bring someone who doesn't want to be here?
I know. Like, what makes you show up?
Like I told that asshole Destroyed by Floyd's, you can recommend me or mention me in passing. Don't actively encourage people to come here. Same thing, Totem. It's like, come on, I don't want to deal with. Why am I dealing with this fucking JT guy who would have never come here of his own? If he stumbled across me, he would just left. Why did you insist he come here? Jesus Christ. Okay.
So JT is fighting hard for a panel, but why?
Yeah.
He's not going to contribute fruitfully to the panel. He's just going to complain how this is a weird stream he's never seen before and get mad with everything we do. Like, if you don't like what this is, you don't have to be on the panel. You don't have to be here. Unless you're going to change your tune and open up and share some interesting stuff.
If Totem comes on, I'll open up a panel. If Totem agrees to come on, I'll open a panel. You can come on too with him. I don't care. But Totem has to come on. If Totem won't come on, I'm not paneling.
Totem first and then everyone else.
Yeah. Totem is gathering twigs for his little nest. I agree.
Well, we know Totem will say, yes, I'll come on. Then he won't come on. So, waste of time.
Where's that thing at? Where is this? Hold on, give me a minute. Because Totem was streaming like a week or so ago, and I caught it briefly, but I can't find it now. There we go. Okay. I want to see Totem's lovely, beautiful face in real time. I want to see this in real time. We need to. I want this in real time. I want to talk to this. I want us to have a back and forth. I want to see this lovely face talking to me in real time.
Yes. Yeah. Not playing a video game.
Yeah, talking to me.
Not playing stream with a voice. Yeah. We want to see unadulterated Totem.
Now, why should you be in bed? He's had 2 days off. It's only 7:30. He usually has to go to bed when it's like 10:30, 11. He's got to get up the next. He's got to be there at 6 a.m. Which means he's got to get up at 5 a.m. Tonight he's got to go to bed early. You're going back in tomorrow. Correct. But we started earlier.
Yeah, we started earlier, so I got some time.
So once again, it's like you don't pay attention. You're not coming down hard. It's like you're showing you're a fucking moron. You're a moron, as my buddy Dev Pike would say. You're a moron. So yeah.
Maybe
you're not even paying attention. Jesus Christ!
He's special needs.
Like, I thought he was like 12 or 13. I don't.
Group home. Yeah, he's too stupid to understand what's going on.
Why? Wait. If Totem doesn't want to come on, you better come on right after me. I don't want to talk to JT only. He's a waste of time. He's a complete and total waste. I don't want to talk to him. He's nothing to share. Nothing to contribute. Why am I talking to him? It's garbage. You're an utter moron. What happened to? I haven't seen Dev Pike in quite a while. But,
he got that new job. I guess.
Oh, the new job. Yes. Well, it is creepy, but I don't care. I find you so attractive. I couldn't help it. I said, "Holy shit, that's Totem." I got jealous, or as we say now, I got jelly. I said, I want to see that beautiful face on my panel, but he refuses to come on. The closest I can do is quickly try to copy it while he's live. You were showing me your glove. I said, look, bro, see, this is Totem. And Brosi was like, wow, Totem's gorgeous. Why doesn't he come on the panel?
We need him on the panel.
So of course I'm being creepy because it's the best I can do. You're so elusive, Thomas Pinchon, that I think you're gorgeous. I want to see you in real life. So you can't blame a girl for being a fanboy of your gorgeous glove. Yes.
this screenshot will be shown a lot in the future.
This will have to be my
this will be your image.
My image. My
They'll go blank. Yeah.
Your glove is like my glove is ugly. Yours is sexy. I'm like, bro, see, this is Totem because he wasn't around.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Totem. Why does he come on our panel? He's so pretty. He's much better looking than either of us.
Yeah,
so we're confused. Why don't you come on for 5 minutes? Why don't you come on my panel, Totem? Your raccoon buddy JT wants a panel. I'll do it for your buddy JT if you want to show your beautiful glove to me, Totem.
Yes, we need us some Totem. Let all the starlings see.
No, I don't want anyone to dox themselves. First of all, this guy shared his own image. It's not like I put a gun to his head. He shared his own image on camera. I ask people where they're from, how old they are, what their background is. I don't ask addresses or your actual employer.
Or your real name.
Yeah, a real name. A simple question is, where do you live? New York. It's like the fact that you're too scared to even say the state. It's like, what are you afraid of? Christ.
You don't understand the stream,
Yeah,
and you probably don't belong here.
Yeah, you don't understand. You don't belong here. It's just like I ask you what state you're in. I'm gonna dox myself. If I asked you what's your favorite color, well, what's it matter? I'm gonna say blue, even though it's really purple because it's like the timidity. I can't deal with timid people on my panels. I'm sorry.
He can barely handle starlings. Weaklings are a whole other animal that just.
By the way, yeah, it's like you don't. Like I said, if you don't like it, you feel uncomfortable. Then why are you here? That's what we don't get.
Yeah.
You think I'm trying to dox you, and yet you insist that I open up a panel for you. That makes no sense. If you're really afraid that I'm going to dox you, it's kind of like when a woman thinks, ew, he's creepy, he's ugly. It's like, well, bitch, if you think I'm really going to rape you, why would you want to piss me off? You're asking for trouble. If you really believe I'm dangerous, why would you want to piss me off? Oh, in other words, you don't think I'm dangerous. You're just being a bitch. Same thing. You say, oh, you're trying to dox us, but you keep insisting on a panel. Why? You don't like my panels. You're critical of my style. You don't want to participate. I'm asking you a serious question. You haven't answered yet. Yes.
Good call, Horsehead.
What the fuck does this queer care what I'm saying? Because I want to know where people are from.
Yeah.
From my part of the country, different part of the country, different country entirely. Of course. And if you don't like answering that, then why do you want me to do a panel? You don't belong here. Your brother click is right.
It gives a better understanding of who you guys are and where you come from.
All right. What does he want to know that for? Well, he asked me my favorite color. It's like, go fuck yourself. What do you want me to talk to you about? It's put you on so you can just talk. Start your own goddamn stream.
Yeah.
JT might get, no one's banned. JT might get a timeout in a minute. I'm getting tired of this nonsense.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm a complete and total faggot. I'm queer as a $3 bill or $4 bill. What's the same? $3 bill. Yeah. So you can't say that I'm bitter that I don't have a woman, like you said the last time, because I'm queer. I don't care about women. I'm a faggot. Where's my boy, James, my cheeseburger?
Yeah, because where you're from, how old you
are, your racial
background is influences who you are today. And like I said before, if we can believe you, JT, you're multi-ethnic from New York. Growing up multi-ethnic in New York is very, very different from growing up multi-ethnic in Oklahoma or multi-ethnic in Arizona.
Or black as ace of spades in Alabama 40 years ago.
If you were born in the 70s or if you were born in the teens, that also affects who you are. We want a better understanding of how life has treated you and where you are today and how you think. Also, gender and sexuality kind of go into that too. If you're a woman from somewhere, or if you're a homosexual or a pansexual, that will affect who you are today. We want to know who you are today.
As well, religion. Did you grow up in a two-parent home? We ask for stats. And yes, do we need to know? Well, you don't even know. You don't need to know who I am, but I'm here, and this is how I run my stream. So, if you don't think I need to know this, why are you begging me for a panel?
Yes.
Oh, why don't you read it, Parker? Parker Pierce, good to see you. You're about, 50 years old from Georgia, Yes. Good to see you, Parker P.
And I believe you're white.
White male, Georgia, 50,
we're white males from New Jersey in our 40s. He's a white male from Georgia. even though we're white American men, we've had different life experiences given our
Different
ages
parts of the
and our
country.
location.
Yeah.
And JT, being multi-ethnic from New York, you've had a very different life experience, and it makes you who you are. And we want to have it back and forth because we're all here. Something brought us all here, whether good or bad. You're here for a reason. JT wants a panel.
Well, JT's here because his butt buddy Totem brought him here.
But
Totem's here for a reason, so why isn't Totem on my panel? Yeah.
Despite our ethnic, religious backgrounds,
or country of origin,
we're all drawn to the same sphere, if you will. And we're interested, how can we be so diverse and yet so similar? That's what we're looking for. And if you can't handle or understand that, you don't really belong here.
But how come Parker Peters has never come on one of my panels?
That's
Parker
a good point.
Peters.
We need some.
You're right. For I have less. I think I have less than 120. I think I had 80 something. Maybe I'm at 100. I don't give a shit. But whatever it is, and I actually don't want, because if this channel gets too big, I probably will start getting banned. Yeah. So I don't want this to be. That's another reason. You can mention me in passing, but don't. Anyway, for someone with 100 subscribers, yeah, I've had a lot of. We had some interesting conversations because the people want to be here. Like I said, one time the Red Hot Chili Peppers, they did a concert, and it was a small coffee house. It wasn't a big show. It was a small coffee house, and they didn't charge, but they said in order to get in, you got to write an essay about like saving the environment or some shit. And Anthony, even though it sounds corny, there was some truth. Anthony Kiedis said, it was one of my favorite concerts because, even though it was small, everyone who was there wanted to be there. Anyone can pay money for a ticket, show up, get drunk, whatever, social event. These people took the time to write an essay because they wanted to be there. So no one was rowdy. Everyone sat in their seats. We played on the stage. They enjoyed it because they wanted to be there. They took the time to pour their heart in this essay because they really wanted to be there. It wasn't just a social gathering. They wanted to see the Peppers play. Same thing. Most of the people who are here, Parker, want to be here. Every now and then we get these weirdos, and it's like, why are you here? If you don't want to be here, go away. Fly away. Yeah. I agree. It's not weird at all. It's part of life. Yeah. That's the thing. JT is the only one here. So, well, I guess him and Penny Pounder, who's been our resident troll. Yeah. At least we know who Penny Pounder is. JT, be honest, JT, if Totem didn't beg you to come here, because we know you're his bitch boy, if Totem didn't beg you to come here, would you have come here? Would you even know who I was? If you stumbled across me, would you even stay and watch? You'd probably say next. In other words, be honest. You wouldn't even be here if JT hadn't sucked your dick. Oh, sorry, Totem. Okay, if Totem hadn't sucked JT's dick, JT, you wouldn't have been here. Yeah, be honest. Agreed. Cassandra, you think I'm ignoring you. No, Cassandra, you're right. Just like people ignore and play games to be petty, you're banned. Same thing. This whole, this guy, why are you here? This is how I run my channel. You don't like it, go away. Yeah, exactly. JT, if you don't want to share, then you have to come here. Simple as that. I don't see. That's the other thing. I'm actually glad, even though he's trolling, I'm glad he mentioned this. Even if you don't come on panel or tell me anything about yourself, just dealing with you in chat, I've learned enough about you. I know enough about you, JT. I've gotten a good enough feel for you. I don't need to talk to you.
Yeah, because all of the talking with you has been somewhat antagonistic.
Yeah.
You just put down this stream. You put down the both of us.
And it's by the way, it's fine. Yeah. I don't ban people. You can criticize me. I'll listen to your criticism, but if you have nothing to add and you have nothing to suggest, and all you want to do is knock me, okay, then why are you here? If you really don't enjoy this, go away. I understand. I've listened to you. I haven't banned you.
There's no sincere banter, no back and forth. Nothing is learned or gained. There's nothing going on currently. If you want to think of some topic or something to discuss, say, hey guys, I want to talk about this for a little while. Maybe we'll consider it. Think of a few topics. Maybe we'll listen to you. But all you do is say, this stream is weird. You guys are weird. This sucks. What the hell is wrong with you? All you do is put down and defame. And there's nothing in that. We need some substance.
I want this dude to come on.
Yes.
I want this sexy beast. I want him to show his face. I want to talk to the sexy beast.
I want a tour of his new apartment. Let's see what
Apartment tour.
You don't have to show your face, but show your apartment. I'll give you that.
Did he move yet? He didn't even tell us. Come on. I want to see this.
Yeah.
That's one thing. Actually, one thing JT and I have in common. We're both faggots for Totem. We both love him. Yeah. JT goes wherever Totem sends him, and I want to talk to Totem because he's so sexy. So JT, the one thing you and I have in common is we're both madly in love and sexually attracted to Totem, the beautiful Swede from Norway. Okay. Well, Parker Peters has never come on. I'd love to see him.
Exactly, someday.
Oh, what's this? What's the one stipulation, Penny?
You want to wear sunglasses? Wear sunglasses. That's fine. I agree with the sunglasses stipulation.
You're here. That's weird because I don't really
go to Hacker.
I don't go to Hacker, and he I think he came here once. I mean, I get it. People in Hacker's chat mentioned me, is what you're saying, because Hacker and I don't really know him. He came here once. I went to his once. He has like he lives in a trailer. He's got like I know who he is, but I've never. Yeah, he and I aren't particularly close. You're saying other Starlings in the chat mentioned me. I'm dead serious because I don't think Hacker knows who I am or wouldn't mention me. Well, that sounds interesting, but my parents don't live here. You're asking me to visit them. I don't want to visit my parents. They're pieces of shit. So the only person I live with is my brother. The only two people here. And my parents don't use my mother has a tablet to go on the internet, but they don't stream. They don't know anything about YouTube. You're asking the impossible to dodge coming on. No one else needed my mommy. Okay, listen. I don't need my mommy and daddy to stream. And you, Penny, don't need my mommy and daddy to stream. You can be a big boy and stream by yourself without parental guidance. I have faith in you. You don't need my mommy and daddy who are fucking my father. Stroke victim retard. All he can do is watch TV. He can look at a tablet, but he can't read. He can read like a sentence or a word. He can't sit and read a book or a magazine. He has a stroke. And my mother likes to play, but she wouldn't even know what a stream is. So you don't need my mommy and daddy, and neither do I. Come on. Let's be a big boy. Let's be a big boy. Yeah, I'm not opposed to you meeting them, but they don't live here. I haven't seen them in like close to a year. I don't get along with them. My parents are... Well, yeah, that's true, Cassandra. Part of, hey, how you doing? What's your name? Where you from? Where you from? How old are you? You're white, black, Hispanic. That's all part of it too. But also, I can get a feel for JT just from the chat. Just the chat alone is giving me enough of a feel. And I'm behind now, so let's just scroll to the bottom because I don't feel like going back and chat. If anyone said anything important, retype, copy, paste. I agree, JT. Hence, this is what I don't get. Here's what I don't understand. You're absolutely right. There's no substance. I can't hold the conversation for more than 2 seconds. I'll put you in the background. You're absolutely right. Therefore, why do you want me to open up a panel? What's the point? You already know how I have no substance. You know I'm going to put you in the backstage in 2 seconds. You know I can't hold the conversation. Hence, why would you want me to do a panel? That makes no sense. You got to explain yourself now. He's saying I have no substance. True. I'll put him in the backstage. True. This and that, blah, blah, blah. True. Hence, why does he want a panel? Also, Penny Pounder won't come on unless mommy and daddy, our parents, come on. I'm like,
yeah, okay.
You don't need, I don't need my mommy and daddy, neither do you.
Yeah, no, yeah. They don't live here. We don't really get along with them.
He said the same thing I just said when he was off screen.
Yeah, no, what a worthless stipulation. Asshole.
Take it easy out, yeah.
You know what? 10-minute timeout. 10-minute timeout. How fucking dare you, asshat? Okay.
All right. At my brother, no one's banned, but people will be timed out. I've timed out Penny Pounder because my brother was upset with like the stupid. It's like he's almost as bad as JT. JT's getting there, but yeah. I can't come on unless your parents are here. What, you need my mommy and daddy to make sure I don't attack you? What, you want to look at my parents? No, it's not that. My parents in their 70s, retarded fucking boomers, I don't get along with. Even you don't really get along with them.
Yeah.
My mother uses her tablet. Our father, all he does is watch TV. They're not going to come on this show. What the fuck? Stupid bullshit.
And also, what is this?
What? Where are we pointing?
I want a panel, but you can't hold a conversation. This comment
right
here. Then why the hell do you want a panel?
Exactly.
What are you going to say?
Exactly.
I think this
30 minutes time
this guy out too. What stupid shit. Oh my God. Fucking idiots that you are.
Yeah, again, no one is banned. I don't mind criticism. I just don't understand like repetitive stupidity. Yeah. You can disagree. You can call me names. Repetitive stupidity. I've answered your question. What the fuck?
If you choose to be here and you get upset with what this is, then why are you here? Oh my God, you idiots. Christ all fucking, I say. Christ all fucking. This is insane.
I agree with Totem though.
Yeah, I know.
The gorgeous Totem.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, look at this beauty queen. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, well, yeah.
All right, Zenesis, how are you?
Oh, wow. It's been a while.
Yeah, I like Zenesis. He's a nice guy. When I first brought him on, people were like, because he's got such a great jawline.
Yeah,
He's got people were like, he looks like a Hollywood movie, like
an underwear model.
Yeah, I would say here's how men really can't judge men. He looks like he could be in a movie, not the main star, but either the supporting.
Yeah.
Like the white hero has his brown skin sidekick, or he's like the evil bad guy, but like, the good looking bad guy. He's good looking enough with that jaw that he could be, and that's why people berated me. Why did you bring him on? His jaw is too good to be here. But I say I welcome everybody. What I like about Zenesis, I don't care if he's good looking, ugly looking, whatever. He comes on. He tells he's from Austria. His father was Austrian. Mother was from India. He's 28. He shares. Yeah, that's what he needs. So fucking Penny Pounder and with JT. This is how the stream runs. If you don't like it, go bye. I did the favor for you. Christ.
Yes.
And yes, I guess we're doing. What does service mean? Did I miss something?
I have no idea.
Yeah, we both get it. Cassandra gets it. And you're right. If you disagree,
Horsehead gets it.
If you disagree, you can voice your opinion. We've listened. We've addressed it. But we have to agree to disagree. If you're not on the same page as me and Bro C and Cassandra and Horsehead and all the others, then you don't belong here. It's not for you. It's okay. Yeah. Like, I don't want to watch Pee Wee football in a cheerleader game. I would only do it if I had a kid who was in the Pee Wee football or the cheerleader league. So I understand what Horse does it. I'm not going to go to a fucking football game because it doesn't interest me. If this isn't your cup of tea, then go bye. Really? I thought, okay, Servus, I thought it was Guten Tag. Guten Tag.
Hallo.
Guten Tag. Bis später. Meine Damen und Herren. I don't know. Actually, the umlauts. Isn't there an umlaut? We're missing an umlaut somewhere.
Possibly.
Yeah, I think we're missing an umlaut. It looks like service, which sounds like in one of those Clash of the Titans, one of those Greek mythology movies. Service, the four-headed dog with a fight to get to Medusa. Yeah, it looks like service. Serve us. Okay, servus. Yeah, I think it's misspelled, but yeah. The way it looks here, it looks like I said, like the six-headed dog. You got to fight before you get to Medusa. Yeah. Oh, it means slave in Latin. Okay, if you give me a minute, I'll bring you on. If you really want. See, I was hoping. Listen, I don't mind having you, Zen, but I'd love for this guy here to come on. I don't know if you were paying attention. We got Penny Pounder who refuses to come on unless our parents are here.
Yeah. Nonsense.
I got JT who won't even I ask him, what state are you from? That's too personal for him, but he wants me to do a panel. I don't want to talk to those idiots. If you want to come on, I'll bring you on. But I really want to talk to this asshole, the Swedish dude who lives in Norway. I'd love to talk with him.
A new apartment.
Where's he got a new? I would love to see a tour.
He has a lot to discuss and share with us.
So, I can open up a panel for you, Zenesis, but I'd rather Totem come on. I ain't opening a panel for JT. Go fuck himself because he doesn't want to be here.
I know.
And Cassandra agrees, and Parker Peter agrees. Horsehead agrees. Yeah. Yes, I'm thinking of Cerebrus. You're right. See, Cerebus. It was somewhere in the back of my head. I knew the word. Yes, but I took German for a couple of years. I remember Guten Tag, Guten Morgen, Hallo. I don't remember Servus. I believe it, but I don't remember it. But yes, Cerebrus. Yes, those are Cerebrus. Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm take a piss and we'll talk about. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Wait. I don't think we can't polish this off just yet. That's okay. We got more backup here. That's all right. If we don't polish it, we'll do it next time. Fine. I'll bring Zenesis on if we really have to because you're not that look. When I say I'll bring Zenesis on, I'm not knocking Zenesis. I'm just saying. JT is begging me for a panel, but doesn't like the way I operate my panels.
He doesn't like what the stream is. Why would he come on it?
So he can go fuck himself. Penny Pounder, of course, is some kid. I don't get Totem, what the fuck is your excuse? I'd rather have a Totem because we've had I want some new blood. So I can bring ZENESIS on. He's a nice guy. I always say everyone's welcome.
It has been a while since we've seen ZENESIS.
Right. Everyone's welcome so long as they play nice. JT doesn't want to play nice, but he wants me to open up a panel for him. Go fuck himself. I'll bring ZENESIS on, but I want to see JT. I want to see that JT. I want to see Totem. Why is Totem?
Come on, Totem. Thank you, Doggo. Doggo gets it. Okay, so how do you know that Penny Pounder is Dumb's age? What have you learned? What have you gleaned? What have you discussed? Because we don't know much about Penny Pounder except that he lives in Dallas. So how do you know that he's Dumb's age, Rapture Man? Open up. Tell us. Tell us now! My apologies. I'm sorry you guys didn't hear me. But I don't know how Rafterman knows Penny Pounder's age. Again, Rafterman, we don't know much about Penny Pounder. He told us he lives in Dallas, so we're going on that. Okay, he lives in Dallas. But we don't know how old he is. We're not even sure about his ethnicity. So apparently you seem to know more. How do you know more, and what do you know? Give us your synopsis on Penny Pounder. Tell us all you know about Penny Pounder. No, Totem, I'm cut. What about you? You're probably not, being from Europe.
Oh, yeah, I can admit, yes. We were born in the early 1980s in America. Of course we're circumcised.
Yeah.
It was from like the 1950s to the 1990s. Most Americans were circumcised. Not all, but most, because that was common practice. I think nowadays
it was deemed healthier at the time.
Right. So for decades, from like post-World War II up until like the new millennium.
So 1945 to 1995, for 5 decades,
the
vast majority of male babies were circumcised. Well, of course they're male.
Right. That's very, very common it was just, that's what they did.
They did, yeah.
Whether it's right or wrong, but I would assume, and remember the locker room, not to get too faggoty, most guys, if a guy wasn't circumcised, he was seen as, different, not bad, but like, it was very common in America for like decades to circumcise. So yeah, we're not kikes, even though I do look kind of Semitic, I admit, but kind of like a Laplander, but no, we're not Semitic, but we were circumcised in the hospital. That was just common practice for American males for like decades. Yeah. No, we admit. When have we ever denied? I told you. See, that's one thing. Yeah. I'm from New Jersey, USA. I've never denied who or what I am or where I'm from. I've told you my age. We're in our 40s. I mean, why would you? It would actually be more surprising, given our demographic. This is why we ask these questions. This is why we ask these things. Yes. It would be more surprising if we were uncut, because it was so common to circumcise American males, American male babies for decades that, of course, we were circumcised, and you should know that and infer that. You can ask, I'll answer. You can infer because, we were Americans born in the early 1980s. Of course, we're going to be circumcised. I mean, that's more common than not. But again, that's why to tell your buddy, your butt buddy, JT, this is why we share demographic information. How old are you? What country? That's why we share all this shit. Yeah.
So Laffy said Penny's a kid. Penny's a kid, but click on Rafterman. He's an old black dude who lives and is missing his cat.
How do we know he's old? He strikes me as childlike.
Yeah, how do you guys know so much about Penny? Has he opened up on other chats or the
show? Again, you weren't paying. I'm sorry. Laffy, you told me, how old are you, Laffy? You're from Oklahoma. You're like 20 years old, which means you were born like 2000. How old are you? For real. You were born in the 2000s decade. Yeah. They stopped. It was during the 1990s that they began saying, well, maybe you shouldn't circumcise. Exactly, but I'm telling you, from like like my brother said, are you paying attention?
From 1945 to 1995, for 50 years, circumcising all male babies was common practice. It was promoted
in American hospitals.
It was promoted as being healthier, so that's the norm in the United States. Well, it was the norm, so the vast majority of American-born males are circumcised.
That were born between that period. How old are you, Laffy? Seriously, how old are you? Tell us. What year were you born? Because you were born after the,
when it changed, when the attitude said, "Hey."
I'm glad. I love this discussion. This discussion about circumcision is great because it talks about why it matters what country you live in, what year you were born, or how old you are. Because
in Europe it's not standard.
Right.
Most European men don't get circumcised.
So Totem, a Swede from Norway, was not circumcised. Laffy, a 20-year-old from Oklahoma, was not circumcised because, he was born, in this century. But it was very common for, you ask the others, Parker Peters and the others, it was, there might be exceptions. There are always exceptions, but generally speaking, circumcision was more common than not for Americans born.
20th century.
Right. For the latter half of the 20th century, most American males born in hospitals were circumcised, for better or for worse. So that's why we talk about age and location and where you're from and that sort of thing. Yeah.
Yes. So Laffy says he's 20.
So he was born in 2005.
Yes.
You got to realize something. My brother was born in 1985. In 2005, he was 20. So when you were a newborn baby, he was your age then. In other words, when you were 20, when you were his age,
he was a newborn. Yeah, yes. And
I was 23, so I'm even old. I was older then than you are now. I'm talking about, like we said, 45 to 95. Circumcision was common. You were born 10 years after that. So you're paying attention. So again, it depends what country you're from and how old you are. That's why we ask these hard-hitting questions, these tough questions. So yes, my brother and I being born in the early 1980s.
Laffy is saying he was born in 2000.
Fine, he'll be 21. I guess your birthday is October, November.
Rafterman is saying that's wild. Rafterman, are you cut or uncut? You're probably cut.
How do we get into this topic?
Yeah, I know, but I guess this is what the topic is tonight. And
I think it's wild that you were 20 when he's 20 now. You were,
yes.
And because Rafterman's 10 years younger than you, but you and what's his name? Horsehead are the same age, right?
Exactly. And
you were as old then in 2005 as Laffy is now. Isn't that crazy?
Yes. So click on Rafterman. Rafterman is saying yes. So Rafterman is cut. We're both cut. Horsehead was born in Panama, or was he Panamanian?
His father was from Panama. The point is,
what does Cassandra think? Cass, what do you think?
I really look. I'm not here to talk about circumcision. Yeah. I'm just talking. This is a great segue into why not only what country you're from, Europe versus America, and also when you were born, how old you are. Right. So of course, Laffy, you're an American, yes, but you were born in 2004.
Yes.
I was in fucking college then. Yeah. Okay, that was way after. I'm talking about post-war to the 90s. Anyone born from 1945 95 is most likely cut. I was born in 82. He was born in 85. We were cut because, hey, that's what they did then. For better or for worse, that was the practice. Yes. Not in Europe and not for Americans born in like the 21st century. Yes. We're talking about what life was like in America in the 1980s. Okay, that's why.
Even in the early 20s, if you were born in the 1900s or 19-teens, who knows? But basically, post-World War II, 1945 to 1995, it was standard. In the 90s, things changed. It was 50-50s. But by the aughts, when Laffy was born, it was an option. The parents were asked, do you want this? Prior to that, it was recommended. The medical staff would say, hey, you have a newborn boy. It's best in his health. He should be circumcised. So, of course, the parents said, sure, we'll do what the medical research says. We'll do what's best. But then, medical research changes. Yeah. It should be an option for the individual.
Right.
So now if Laffy wants to go out and get circumcised the next couple months, he has the right to do it because it's his body. But, for us, the decision was made. We had no choice. Right,
yes. Our baby boomer parents were told, well, your husband was circumcised, and ma'am, it's the best thing to do. So, yeah. It says our father, born in the 50s, was circumcised. We were born in the 80s, were circumcised. And it was just what you did with boys in hospitals for like decades, in the second half of the 20th century in the United States, not in Europe, and not for Americans born in the 21st century, Laffy. But the bigger picture isn't circumcision. This is why we ask, how old are you? What part of the world are you from? We ask these questions for a reason. You can get a feel for someone with it. No, you really can't. It's good to ask these questions.
Yes,
it's fucking
ass. Look at what Rafterman is saying.
Point.
Right here.
He's born in 1992?
Yeah.
You're like 9 or 10 years younger than me?
I thought he was my age. I'm sorry.
No, Rafterman's in his 30s. Horsehead is your age.
No. Rafterman, I'm 7 years younger than Bro C. So Rafterman...
Yes, he was born in the early 90s. Rafterman, Thule were not yet.
I thought Rafterman was my age. My
mistake. Horsehead is your age.
Okay, I get that.
Asshole.
But still,
you're too drunk.
But still, when Rafterman was born, circumcision was the norm. Now Cass is telling us she's not circumcised.
Now we're getting silly. We're not talking about female circumcision, which was never. Female circumcision was never practiced in the West. It's a weird practice.
Chopping off the labia causes a whole lot of problems.
And that's what's like Africa or Muslim countries. It's like that was. We're talking about males. I want to change the subject now, not because I'm uncomfortable, because we're going down a stupid tangent now. It's stupid. See, I don't shy away from topics. You asked me if we're cut. You asked us, are we cut or not? Of course, we're circumcised. We were born in a hospital in the 1980s in America. So the place we were born, the time period we were born, of course we're circumcised. It's not the point. The point is we're going down a weird path now. But this is why, tell JT, your crony, why we ask where you're from, how old are you, what race you. This all plays into, this is why we ask. You can't get a feel. I got a feel from JT, but from his chat. He's a piece of shit. Well, yeah, I think it's not common with the native Swedes or the native Norwegians. It's common with the what do you call it? The riffraff that's taking over your country. We have that in common. Our countries are being flooded by brown people. Yes, I'm sure it's common with the Arabs and the niggers, the Africans you import. I'm talking about. I don't think in America in the 1980s, if you were a boy, you're getting circumcised. In Sweden, you probably weren't. If you're a girl, you're not getting circumcised in America or Sweden. Female circumcision, I don't think was ever performed in hospitals. It's some barbaric, backwoods practice. Yeah. But you can say the same about male circumcision. But yes, for better or for worse, in American hospitals from the 1940s to the 1990s, circumcision for male babies was common. Okay? That's all we're establishing. That's why we tell our age and where we're from. And we waste a lot of time talking about circumcision than I ever thought about. But okay, anyway, why did Totem want to know if you were cut or not? Totem, do you prefer a cut dick to a non-cut dick? Why do you care about Brother Click's cock? We answered the question, but
Totem lives in a world of uncircumcised penises, and he would love a circumcised penis.
Oh, you want to see Brosy's cock because you want to see? Okay, got
it. Totem goes both ways.
Okay.
Whether it's a vagina or
we
penis.
know that because of JT, his butt buddy, yeah.
I mean, penises, vaginas, anuses, he doesn't care, but, he would like to try a circumcised cock. That's what he really wants.
So, yes, because we're white and American and born in hospitals in America in the 1980s, yes, of course, we're circumcised. Chances are better we would be than wouldn't be. Okay. Well, you got one. When you coming on my channel, numbnuts? When you coming on my channel? I want to talk to this lovely face. I want to compare glub. When you coming on? All right. Maybe this is getting kind of stupid. All right, I can put this out, but I know JT's going to come on. I want to talk to him. I'll put this out if anyone wants to come on, but I want to see Totem.
Totem.
So I don't get like Denmark guy and JT again. Like,
yeah. It's gonna be shit.
Well, we've gone an hour. We're winding down already. We talked about circumcision. We talked about the printer. We talked about the IRS. I think we've talked about things. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, in fairness, James has been on this channel numerous times. You can always go back and watch any of my videos or streams featuring him. Plus, I think he's kind of
shying away. He's in the process of departing from us, which we always thought would happen. We thought James moved to Australia, eventually married Donna, but he would give us some videos. Maybe he's grilling in the backyard.
He would taper off.
Yes. Maybe once a week we'd get a video, then every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, and he would eventually ascend and have his woman and live out his life. But we thought we would get more from James. We thought we would see some authentic Australia. He'd drive around or he'd go to places, not the touristy places, but the places where real Australians live. We were hoping to see real Australia from James. Unfortunately, he failed doing that. He must have gotten upset. I know this guy here upset James and Donna. I know that's what he does. He gets under people's skin. He loves it. He offended them. He upset them. So we haven't been seeing James or Donna in a while. We probably won't see them again. Maybe once more in a couple months months from now.
You're babbling now. Let me take this over. Okay. The reason I got so upset when James blocked me, there was no need for that. I thought James would naturally taper off. He's finally gotten to that point where he's naturally tapering off. That's fine. There was no need to block. You can just naturally taper off. So I had to explain to him how you handle this. You don't just block someone, asshole. You want to end things, naturally taper off. And he would not just with me. He wants to taper off from YouTube in general because he found his happily ever after. Good for him. He's tapering off finally. But we had to go through a bunch of drama beforehand. There's no need to block me. That was drama, needless drama. But James is tapering off. Maybe we'll see him again. Maybe we won't. But you'll see less and less of him. He's tapering off. And that's fine. But yeah.
Yes.
But that's why I got so upset. If JT's watching, it wasn't about a cheeseburger. It was the fact that We had something special. We met in real life. I thought we would just taper. We would just drift apart, taper off. He didn't have to be so deliberate. That was the asshole move. Yeah.
It would slowly end, not abruptly end.
Yes, exactly. Are you people comprehending? Let's see. Are you comprehending, ZENESIS? How are you?
Hello.
Hello.
What's up?
In a while. I just wanted to check on you guys, how you are.
Well, thank
Physical
you.
health,
It's been
mental
a
health.
while.
Have you been? I mean, I don't know where you are. Have you been watching my stuff? Or are you like way behind? You have no idea what you're talking about.
I
Or
think
what?
the last thing I watched, the last stream I watched was, I think it was where you left for Dom to meet him.
Oh wow, you're way behind. Yeah.
So did you see us meet Dom, or just you left just before that?
I saw some glimpse of you meeting Dom.
Okay.
But I obviously didn't watch the full kind of stuff.
No, it's not. I'm sorry, it's not obvious. We don't know what you did or didn't watch. It's okay if you didn't.
Yeah.
But we can't read your mind. You got to share with us. Okay, so you did not watch. Okay, so last time, as far as you know, we're still going out to visit Dumb in Pennsylvania. You're that far behind. Okay.
You didn't see the visit with Dom.
No,
He's in Australia now. We couldn't visit him if we wanted to.
Yeah,
Okay.
a lot has changed, my man.
I mean, I think I came on like 1 month ago for a short period of time for like
I
10
can't remember.
seconds.
Yeah, I remember. Sure.
And you told me back then that you had like a battle going on, like a misunderstanding.
With whom? Oh, with
You
Dom?
and Dom.
Yeah, we had a misunderstanding. It's a whole. I don't feel like going through it all.
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
catch up or just ignore it. Who cares? It's
They
not that
kind of
important.
got those were the heavy rapids. They got through that. They made peace. They were friends again. Then there was a little more friction. They got
What
through
I
that.
what I think happened. I'll be very quick. I'll give it for you and the audience watching. We went to see Dumb. It was nice. We went to the diner, had a nice cheeseburger, very American, and we saw him the next day. We stayed at a motel that night. Saw him the next day. It was great. Shortly thereafter, like a week or two later, he moved to Australia. Everything was great. He came on my streams. He got upset because Donda, his girlfriend Donna, didn't want to go on his stream but wanted to come on mine. He got jealous, and I said, James, Dumb, you have nothing to worry about. Donna has picked you. You're living with her. He got very, you know how normies when they get a girlfriend, because you like you said, you claim you were ugly, then you got good looking. You've got ugly friends and normie friends, but you don't let your ugly friends mix with your normie friends. Is that correct? You don't let your ugly fuggos mix with your normies. Is that correct?
Yes.
Normies, there's a concept called mate guarding. Are you familiar with mate guarding?
Yes.
Okay, mate guarding. I was not trying to steal his mate, but I think he was so insecure that he thought he saw me as a threat, like I was going to steal Donna away. Yeah, right. So that led to a schism because I'm like, look, dude, I'm happy for you. Others in the community have complained. They don't think it's going to work out between the two of them, but I wish them the best. So it insulted me when he thought I was trying to steal his woman from him. He was that insecure.
Because his relationship with Donna is not romantic or sexual in any way, shape, or form. It's strictly platonic and friendly.
Right.
James could not understand that and
Right.
got a little bothered by it. So there was some friction. There was some distance.
And it's like, I can understand if I was just some guy on the internet, but we met in real life. We broke bread. How could you think that about me? He was incredibly insecure, and so he blocked me on all media platforms. Then we got back together, and I just expected this to slowly drift apart. Yes, I think Dumb was mate guarding. He felt threatened by me, even though I was no threat to him whatsoever, and you should have known that. So yeah, that's the gist of the story.
But everything is all right again, right?
Kind of. He's now tapering off, which is how it should.
It got better. It was pretty bad because of the mate guarding. James is upset because of the connection between his woman and OC here.
But I was never a threat. I was never interested in his woman. He should have known better. Great.
There was some upsetness, which eased. It got a little better, but now things are cooling off. James is going away, and we're glad for him. He ascended. He has a woman. He's in love. He's going to have a life. He's going to go live in that world. We're still in this depressed world.
Also, one quick thing. I'm actually happy for him. Whereas there were people who want him to fail, I said, best luck to you, James, which is why it hurts so much. I met the guy. We both met him in real life. We sat down for dinner and for breakfast the next morning. I thought we had a different connection. That's why it hurt. You shouldn't be threatened by me of all people. But he was threatened by me, apparently.
We want the best for him. We want him to succeed and be happy. Whereas some of these other people want to watch him fail.
Right.
We actually want him to do well, and he gets upset with us quite easily.
Yes. So that's my side of the story. So, well, how are you doing, Zenesis? What do you think?
Are you working? Are you still unemployed, or what's going on with you?
Still on Meatbugs.
Cool.
But it's a pretty big misunderstanding thing what happened to you too. Like, it's a pretty big story actually. When you.
Well, you don't have to take my word for it. It's all there. I know it's time consuming, but if you ever want to peruse, I don't know if you know the word peruse. You don't have to watch everything. You can see us meeting Dumb. You can skip ahead. You get the gist of us meeting Dumb, and then and then when he went to Australia, and I did a whole thing about Dumb broke my heart. He totally cut me off when he thought he was jealous that Donna. I think Donna sees Dumb 24/7. She wanted a break. She came on my stream. He got very jealous. Why is she going on his stream and not mine? Like, Dumb, I'm not trying to steal your woman. I'm not a threat to you. You're living with the bitch. But he felt very mate guard. He had to mate guard, and it was like that hurt my feelings because I thought the nature of a relationship was beyond that, but I guess not. I guess that's why I always said he was a normie, a failed normie who got a woman, and that's what normies do. They mate guard. Even their best friends, not best friends, they'll throw their friends on the bus over even a slight misunderstanding. Yeah.
It goes back to what Todd once said, that men can't really function together when I'm working.
Yeah, he's right. He was absolutely right, and which is why that's another thing. Then I said to Dumb, Dumb, after the way you treated me, why are you surprised that Todd doesn't want to come to Australia and be the best man at your wedding? You fucking idiot. You're going to treat me like this because, Donna said hi to OC. I feel threatened. Why would Todd want to be the best man at your wedding, you fucking idiot? He still doesn't see it, but okay. You're riding up some feelings. Zenesis, you're getting these feelings.
I mean, I get your point because I noticed, especially with neurodivergent people, they tend to be really loyal than most neurotypical people. And because, I spoke with Dev.
No, I agree. Loyalty tends to be higher in Spurs. Yeah. I agree. And you suspect, even though you got a nice jawline, you suspect that good looking or ugly, because you used to be ugly. Now regardless, you feel you're a Spurg regardless of your face. You're telling me that you feel you're a Spurg or Spurg adjacent. I forget what you said.
You gave me a term called reverse failed normie, I think.
Okay, so because I remember saying to you, I said, well, why are you still friends with ugly fucks? And you said, because you remember what it was like to be an ugly fuck.
Yes.
The point is, you claim to have a sense of loyalty that most people wouldn't, which is similar to me. Your loyalty comes from knowing how the other half lives, or you feel you're more loyal, or did I get you wrong? Did I misunderstand what you were saying? Or?
The loyalty, and the thing is with the sub-5 group, I've known them for multiple years through school.
Okay, but that's irrelevant. You've known, who cares? Normies would dump their ugly friends to get with the cool kids. Why are you still friends with the sub-5s? That sounds like to me, it sounds like a form of loyalty. Maybe I'm wrong. It sounds like a form of loyalty that normies would
maybe linked more to, because I know kind of how it was to be like this, kind of, or it is. But for me, I think I answered this question already because you asked me this before.
I haven't seen you in like 6 months, so refresh my memory. I don't remember. No offense. You're a nice guy, but I can't remember everything you told me. So
it's mainly because I find it more interesting or more authentic, I would say, than most normal people, I would say. There's also the PD aspect, and because I relate with them also. But like you said before, I would never mix them up with my other friend group.
Yes, you're still normie enough that you can't let the ugly fucks sub-5s be seen with the beautiful people. Okay, well, I guess I admire your honesty. You would never try to get one of your ugly friends and your good-looking friends to be.
I can't give you also the reasons why.
Okay, go ahead. I wanted to ask you something else, but go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, and I'll ask you.
It's a social disapproval thing because I know that.
Well, I'm sorry. You're afraid of not being approved by the beautiful people, because I don't think the sub-5s would mind. You're saying you're worried about being exiled by the better looking popular, the cool kids. What we in American English call the cool kids. You're afraid of being, I don't know if you know that term, the cool kids. You don't want to be exiled by the cool kids. I don't think the sub fives are blame you or what.
It's because I learned from an experience, because I did those kind of experiences myself, by myself before, like trying to mix kind of my sub five friends with my other group kind of on an individual
the cool
basis.
kids. We're going to call them the cool kids.
I did notice that the other group doesn't like it at all.
Stop. Other group. You mean the cool kids or the sub fives?
The cool.
The cool kids. Cool is a slang term. It means you're interesting. You're a great person.
You're amazing.
Kid, in this case, means a younger, whatever. The cool kids in school, the cool kids, the popular students.
Yeah.
The cool kids didn't like you bringing in your sub five friends, and you didn't want to lose favor with the cool kids.
Yes.
So you kept them separate, segregated, because you don't want the cool kids to see you hanging out with the sub fives. You're telling me.
Yes.
Okay, well, I admire your honesty. Okay.
How does that make you feel?
Because you say, like my brother says, you know what it's like to be a sub five.
Yes.
How would you feel if you were still a sub five and one of your friends became a cool kid? How would you? I mean, being fair, let's say you didn't get to hang out with the cool kids, but one of your friends did. I mean, go ahead.
I'm personally emotionally detached from it, because for me it's more like I'm really a pragmatic guy. I look at this, it is what it is, kind of. I just try to make the best out of the situation where I'm currently at.
By keeping the cool kids and the sub fives segregated.
And because the thing is also with the sub fives, yes, if I would like, because I mentioned also the thing before in the before stream, that trying to get them in this group, their kind of repetition will increase, but mine will diminish.
Right. So if you were still a sub five and one of your friends got to hang out with the cool kids, you'd probably want your friend to bring you along, but your friend would say, "Go to hell! You'll diminish my standing with the cool kids." So I'm not saying I blame you. I'm just saying, do you ever try to empathize with your sub fives who don't get to hang out with you when you're hanging out with the cool kids, or you just don't care? And this isn't a criticism. We're asking on us because you're in a position.
No, I'm not offended at all. I'm just thinking, but I must admit, since I'm kind of like used being on the other side for so long already, it's kind of like really hard to kind of relate anymore.
Okay,
because,
so wait, stop. You told us the reason you're still friends with the sub fives is because you still relate to them. Now you're telling me you've been a cool kid for so long. As a cool kid, you can't even relate to the sub fives. It's like, who gives a shit? I just don't want them bringing down my social value. That's kind of what you're saying, I think.
What I mean in a sense is I can relate how it is from my experience, how it was for me when I was in this kind of stage, but I'm kind of so detached, kind of, or I have just a memory of how it was kind of like to be this kind of way, but but the experience itself, how it is on a daily basis, and the stuff I see, how they get treated, I don't really recognize it at all because I completely live a completely different life. It's just my day-to-day basis is completely different. The quality of life itself.
Yeah, okay. In the United States of America, we have a phrase, pretty privilege. Have you ever heard of pretty privilege? Have you heard of that?
Yes.
Okay, so now you've ascended. You're a good-looking guy. You have pretty privilege. The world treats you better. They see you as a great human being because you're so good-looking. And that's the way you've been living for a couple years now. However, your sub-5 friends don't live in that world. You live in a different world. You're treated differently, and that's what you expect. That's what you consider normal. All of your good-looking friends also live in that world, so there's a huge disconnect. Even though you had a good friendship with your sub-5 friends, that's gone now because you're one of the beautiful people. You're pretty, you're good-looking, you're treated differently. That's your life now, and you really can't relate to your uglier friends. and you kind of have to disconnect to an extent, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, when I think about my memories, how I was treated, yes, I get reminded how it is, how it is to be like
When
this.
you don't have pretty privilege, how it is, yeah.
Yeah, but I need to really like focus on this kind of thing and really remind myself how, because but
So wait, if you become one of the cool kids, you forget what it was like to be a loser. You stay with your sub 5 friends out of like you basically instead of saying, man, ZENESIS abandoned the sub 5s, the fact that he still tries to keep contact with them is your testament. The fact that you still try to be friends with them is better than nothing, is what you're saying, basically, because otherwise you forget what it was like to be a sub 5.
I mean, there's also this part that hanging out with the other friend group, I mean, like the sub 5 friend group, also keeps me grounded, kind of, because most people tend to go the egotistical kind of route.
Yeah, I would say the one thing the sub 5s have that the cool kids don't. There's the one positive thing. Maybe I'm wrong. There's probably more honesty, more realism, more I can relax and be myself. Maybe I'm wrong. You could probably be yourself more around the sub 5s. I'm assuming. Maybe I'm wrong. The sub 5s are used to being losers, outcasts. It's not that big a deal. There's no pressure. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm just trying to speculate. What are there any benefits? Let me ask you this question. What benefits or positives do you get from the sub 5s that you do not get from the cool kids? What do you get from the sub 5s that you do not get from the cool kids? He's got to think about it.
Yeah. They're more real, I would say, more authentic.
And is that why you come to these streams? You find me and my brother more authentic, or because we're
yes.
Do you get bored with the pretty people you hang out with?
Sometimes.
Oh wow, okay. Sometimes, but not always.
Not always.
But do the sub 5s ever say, "Hey, how come you don't bring us into your other friend group?" Or "How come you keep us separated?" Do they ever complain or ever say, "Hey, you've made it. Why didn't you show that we're not bad people?" Do they ever give you any flack for not trying to bridge the gap?
They did it before, but they kind of like understood that they also feel really uncomfortable around those people themselves. So it was kind of like, all right.
I'm sorry. The sub 5s feel uncomfortable around the cool kids, or the cool kids feel uncomfortable around the sub 5s, or both?
Sub 5s also. Okay. It was like a both mutual kind of group thing where both kind of like
both groups kind of don't want to fully integrate. Yeah. Okay, so basically, beautiful people think we're shit. A few beautiful people, like Horsehead, the normie, or a few normies, see us as curios. Okay, so ZENESIS is a curio. Okay. We'll talk about this more, but I want to ask you, I was told you were in a group, or maybe you're still in a group. It was you and Dumb and the Denmark guy and what's his name? Dev Pike, but Dev Pike left. You guys are all in a Telegram group. Is there anything interesting to share from that? I didn't know about it. I don't want to join. Denmark guy invited me. I'm like, nothing personal, but I can talk to you guys on my stream. You guys are all in some big group or something or anything? Yeah.
Yes, this was a session group, which was created by
session. That's what it's called. Yeah.
Because Denmark guy created this kind of group because he uses this app. I'm not really on it. The last time I checked, this app was like 1 week ago. But yeah, Dam and Denmark seems to be really on it a lot.
Well, what happened with Dev Pike? I still like Dev Pike. He hasn't been around for a while. He got fired from one job, got another job. He was telling me that he was streaming. You came on. Good for you. I told him, look, I'm going to sleep. I'm not going to be awake for that. No offense. He was all upset. I said, listen, man, I'm not avoiding your stream, but I'm the kind of guy, kind of like you. And you and I are like, we come on when we feel like it. If we don't feel like it, we don't. And that's fine. I respect that. He was upset that I didn't come on his stream. He streamed once. I'm not knocking him, but it didn't go well, or what happened on the stream? I'm trying to, because I wished him the best. I said, I'll come on one of these days. You just can't expect me to I stream. Whoever shows up, shows up. You showed up tonight. If you don't show up, you don't. It's whoever shows up, shows up. I think Dev Pike was upset with me that I didn't come to his stream. How was his stream? He invited you. He invited Aiden. He invited a few people. Share.
Yes, you mean the story of how his stream was created?
He invited me, and I said nothing personal. This is a bad time for me. And he was upset. But you guys came. I always feel I'm of the belief when I stream, whoever shows up shows up. Tonight we got ZENESIS. Last time we had Cassandra. Time before that we had Denmark guy.
Yeah.
Whoever shows up shows up. I don't try to plan these things. I think Dev Pike was trying to plan it too much, and I said, just let it go, man. But he planned it. He invited you, and I
Yes. Basically, it started off that it was really spontaneous. His messaged me, was like, "Hey, I'm gonna stream," and I was like, "Hey, why are you streaming? For what? With what intention? Just for he just wanted to try out new things." But he basically asked me, because he's a guy. He when he wants to do something, he wants to create something productive. In the sense of for because he's also a guy, he can't really talk like you without any guest like by yourself on screen for multiple hours, and basically like asked me, hey, please come on as the first guest. And I was like, because I don't really like coming on StreamYards and stuff like this, but I also told you that this is actually my only nest, kind of. I kind of broke my promise by this, because I made
sorry, slow down. I remember you saying this is the one place you show your face because no one's going to see this. What about you broke your promise? What does that mean? I understand. Oh, I don't care if you go on Denmark on what's his name, Dev Pike. I don't care. You don't owe me anything. That's not what I meant. You can go on other people's streams if you want. Yeah, I remember you saying in your day-to-day life, even though it's kind of funny, on one hand, you're like us, you neat or want to neat, but you're still one of the cool kids. But yeah, you don't want to mix spaces. I said, that's fine. You're saying you went on another Sub5's channel. Okay, I don't care. I don't give a shit. You're free to go. I don't care. Hey, dude, do what you want, but I'm happy to see you, but go ahead. Continue. You didn't break any promises. I don't care.
It's not about the promising itself. I just try to be, for myself, more kind of real.
Okay.
For myself, because when I go outside, people only see the filtered version of me. And I use this kind of platform on this panel kind of as an opportunity to be like more kind of honest with myself. It's also a test for myself to see like.
Stop you right there. That's part of the reason I'm guessing why you hang out with the Sub5s. When you're on this panel or you hang out with your Sub5 friends, you get to be more honest with yourself than when you're outside putting on the mask. I think that's what you're saying. You feel you can be more honest here and with your Sub5 friends than you can be with the wider world, which you would not want to be honest with. Yeah.
Obviously, this kind of panel is way different to my Sub5 friends because they're not black pill at all. They were oblivious.
Oh.
That's
kind of that's sad. I hate to say it. That's sad, but okay.
This is sadly sad, but I actually want them to be like this also. I don't want to black pill them. It's better for them to be this.
I agree that you got to come to it on your own. You can drop hints, but they got to come to it on their own. Yeah, go ahead. All right, buddy. All right. Go ahead.
And yeah, it's just for me mainly also like to see, okay, because I'm trying the best, trying everything in my power to stay as grounded as possible, to not fall.
But like you said a moment ago, it's easy when you've forgotten what it's like to be Sub5. You'd almost forget if it wasn't for your friends and places like this. So it's easy to lose what we were saying is if you suddenly become beautiful, after an amount of time, it becomes easy to lose your grounding. I think that's what you're saying. Yeah. You can easily lose your grounding and your connection to the pair. Okay.
I mean, it's the same when people are rich, for example.
Right.
If people grew up poor and then suddenly become rich, and they fall into this kind of cycle of this hedonistic kind of thing where they completely forget where they came from.
Yeah, but the difference, though, is those people presumably don't know how they've transitioned. You seem to be conscious or cognizant of the fact that you've changed and you remember it used to be different. You still seem to remember. I understand what you're saying. It's easy to forget your past, but you still seem to know you haven't forgotten your past entirely. Why is it such a struggle to keep those memories?
It's because the thing is, like, when you get used to you get adjusted to your new reality. It's like because for you for you it's probably you get treated like shit on average.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This is why you mainly talk about getting. This is what your panel is based on, the narrative wise. But
Right.
if you don't get treated as shit on average, you just get used to the kind of the other side. It's like really hard to say because it's just you need to experience it yourself, kind of.
Well, no, I mean, there's a part of me. Listen, and it might be age too. You're still in your 20s. You're 28. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, I'm 43. It's been said before. If I woke up, let's say I woke up tomorrow, and I was taller and really good looking, better looking and taller than you. Let's say I was a really good looking tall. I was a Chad. I would use that to my advantage for sure. I'd make up for lost time, but I'd like to think, I'd like to believe that I couldn't forget my past. In other words, even if I become a Chad, I would still say, normies are shit. I'll fuck this chick, have my jollies, get my rocks off, but I'll never forget how they treated me. And I don't know if that's partly time because I'm in my 40s and you're a bit younger, but you're saying that no, everyone's going to forget at some point. If you suddenly change, if you become rich or you become better looking or you become popular, you'll change. I mean, you might be right. I wouldn't know, but it could also be time. I'm in my 40s now. I don't think I can forget the first half of my life, but maybe you're right. Maybe if I suddenly became beautiful and popular and rich, I'd totally adjust to that and forget about my previous life here. I don't know. What do you claim?
I would say depends. It also depends like how. I think if you're like, because you're in the 40s, if you would be like became good looking overnight for a long period of time, like 10 years, for example, I personally do believe that those 10 years can override a lot of traumas.
Okay.
Because you get adjusted to your reality.
You might be right. You're right. It's two things. Because I'm older, I wouldn't forget as easily. It might take more time. Like if you're in your 20s, maybe it'll take a year or two. If you're in your 40s, it might take you 10 years. You're saying eventually I would forget or at least adjust to my new reality. And maybe you're right. You might be right.
I'm not saying
I'll never know. Yeah, but yeah.
I'm not saying that everything's gonna go away. I'm just saying that a lot of trauma doesn't. You're just gonna forget about them because, I talk regularly with Death Pike, for example. Death Pike is a regular looking guy. He's normal. He's just a mental.
Stop real quick. Have you seen his face? He's never shown me his face. Have you seen him?
He showed me on.
Yeah, I saw pictures he claims is him. I said, well, give me a thumbs up or give me a. He wouldn't do it. So I don't know if that's a hacked account or if that's really him or not.
I do believe that it's him though. It's like why should I lie? Why should I lie?
Look, I'm Occupational Click.
Yes.
I'll give you a thumbs up. Thumbs up. I'll give you a thumbs down. Thumbs down. I'm who I said. This is Brother Click. We are who we say we are. I said, give me a photo with you holding up, an orange piece of paper or something. But he wouldn't do it. So, which makes me think he might have hacked someone's account because he's insecure about his look. But that's a whole other,
But why should he lie about being an average white guy?
Because if you're really, really ugly, it's better to be just average than really, really ugly, don't you think?
Exactly.
I don't think because I speak with him regularly, and you're probably also aware that he gets some interest from other girls, also some indication of interest.
Again, we're going by what he says. I think the best way. I'm not trying to knock him. I actually like Dev Pike. I get along with him, but like right now, you see my face.
Yeah.
This is me. I'm Occupational Click. Bro C isn't comfortable showing his eyes, but otherwise show his face. And we can see your face, Zenesis. Why doesn't he just show his face and say, hi, the same pictures I showed you in real time? He won't do that. That's what I'm getting at. Yeah.
I can explain it to you.
Okay.
I noticed because I try to be as objective as possible here. I noticed that there are a lot of people here with mental issues. No.
In fact, quite frankly, I have them. He has them. Dead by even you, despite being a cool kid, Chad, wherever you are, you still have your mental issues from growing up. We all, if you're here on this channel, you have mental issues. We can say that. Okay.
No, what I mean is the sense of there are also a lot of people who have high risk aversion, personality trait wise. They really They're really high risk averse.
Well, hold on, stop a minute. My brother is somewhere in between. He's not high risk, but he's aversive. You can see with the shades.
Yes.
I think it's a calling to come on. It's what I said to Dev Pike. I said, listen, man, you don't want to come on my channel, fine. But if you want to stream, audio is not going to do it. So if you feel the calling to put yourself out there, at some point you're going to have to show your beautiful or ugly face, warts and all, because it's just part of the calling. So aversiveness isn't. I understand what you're saying, but it's only an excuse up to a certain point. You know what I mean? But okay.
Yeah, I mean, there are people like Demaguy, for example.
Oh, even you. This isn't your channel. You keep this separate from your normie friends, but you're showing your face, so you're not being aversive here. There's no need to be aversive here. But okay, go ahead.
But there are layers to it, the levels to it, because there were people who were like on extreme scale, like I don't know, Demaguy with his private apps. I would say, maybe I'm risk averse when it comes to like showing my other friend groups like what I'm actually doing behind the scenes.
Right, but that's not what this is. See, you wouldn't want to show your friends, your cool kid friends, that you watch streams like this. You want to show them your sub fives. I'm saying, but when you're away from them, you come here. And I agree with Horsehead. Horsehead is right. You know what the word static means? Static means unmoving. It's one thing to show a static, unmoving image versus, hey, this is me. Hi. I agree with Horsehead. You know, there is a difference, and there's no threat here. It's such an obscure corner of the internet. There's no threat. You get that. That's why I always raise.
Yeah, but I think with Def is also because he showed you already his. Didn't it? Because
it's static photo, a couple of static photos.
Yeah. But for him, it's like, hey, this guy already saw my face. Why does he want me? Why does he want me to come on this YouTube channel?
Like just like this asshole. I want him to come on and show that he wants to be here. You know, Zenesis, you show your face. I'm glad you did. For better or for worse, you showed your face. I'm glad we can see you. We're talking in real time. I'd love to talk in real time. This is Totem. You know, Totem, a Swedish guy who lives in Norway. I'd love to see Totem in real time. I'd love to see Dev Pike in real time. Even if it really is them in the pictures, I'd like to see something that isn't static, but is actually in motion, like you right now.
I mean, with Totem is a kind of interesting one because with Totem, I didn't know that it was Totem. It's really interesting because he has no problem showing his face, kind of on his own.
Well, he's like my brother puts his sunglasses on. Totem shows his face on his streams, which are auto-privated. So he'll put himself out there temporarily. As soon as the stream goes bye-bye, his face goes bye-bye. So
yeah, he's interesting though.
He doesn't want a permanent record, right?
Most people won't even show their faces on their own panel.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you want to go to that next level like you have, if Dev Pike wants to do that, he should show his face. Yeah, yes, that's Totem. That's Totem.
Yeah, I would just say it's just there are different levels of risk aversion. And I don't know. Dev told me like, all right, hey, I already showed him kind of multiple pictures of myself. Why does this guy want me to come on YouTube especially?
Because he showed us pictures of someone. Maybe it's him, maybe it's not. We need to see him.
And now here's where Horsehead's getting confused. I kind of get what he's saying, meaning Zenesis. I don't feel embarrassed to be here, but I wouldn't. That's what I just said. I just said that Zenesis would not want to share this with his cool kid friends, but he's not afraid to show his face, and neither are you, Horsehead, in this obscure corner of the internet. We're asking why we're seeing static pictures. So it's like Horsehead's kind of missed the point in a way. But yeah, go ahead. No, I'm sorry, Zen. Go ahead.
Yes. Like I said before, for Dev, it's just kind of this case is kind of finished. Hey, I already showed my face to this guy. Why is he so hyper focused on my face?
He showed a face. I don't know if it's his. I know your face because you're here right now talking to me in real time. He showed a face. It seems deceptive. That's my criticism of him. Yeah.
I mean, we can't convince him to come on. It's just how his personality. But I can assure you, from the stories which he told me, like, because I talk with him frequently. Because if you read, I mean, I also called him out multiple times. He's mentally kind of, it's more a mental issue, not your looks, by what you're telling me. and because he reminds
Well,
me.
then if it's not a looks issue, that's all the more reason why he shouldn't be afraid to show his face. I'm an ugly fuck. If it's mental, not looks, he should be less inhibited about showing his face on camera in real time.
Yeah, but this is where the mental stuff comes in, because there are people out there. I mean, there are people out there who are like, I don't know, 6 out of 10 or something like this, and they think like they're 3 out of 10 because of the mental state.
It reminds me of like an anorexic girl who's like a skeleton, but she thinks she's still fat. But I mean, that's kind of a weird problem for a guy to have, even if he's an ugly fuck. It seems kind of it's more of a feminine problem. I got to say that. This is coming from me. I'm kind of a pussy loser weirdo, but it's kind of feminine to have that kind of problem. There, I said it.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, he says mental. I mean, I told him multiple times. It's probably just his extreme mental self.
Okay. I use the bathroom. You want to talk to Zenesis for a few minutes, or
Sure, why not?
Is this empty? I'll get rid of this. I'll be right back.
Get rid of these.
Yeah, I'll get some more. Talk to Brother Cliff for a minute. We don't ask him. You can change subject if you want.
All right. So you said you're still not working. You're just living off the government dole. How are your sisters doing?
They're doing fine, actually. Because I actually see them more than I used to.
Okay, that's good. That's good. And your dad, he's all right too. He still has the same girlfriend.
Yeah, the dad one is still the same. I do regularly see my dad. But I don't see his girlfriend.
Okay, do they live together or they live separately?
They live together.
So how is it that you don't see the girlfriend? I mean, is your dad retired and the girlfriend works? How is it that you see him and not the girlfriend?
My dad visits me. I only visit my dad when we go out eating in a restaurant or something like this, or go for a coffee. The girlfriend always stays at home or does some other stuff. It's just for I mean, you know the story because I think I told you.
Yeah. Okay. So she doesn't. Okay. So your sisters, I know you have two.
Yes.
They're both younger than you, or one is older, one is younger.
Both. One is younger and one is older.
Okay, and it's nice you have a good familial relationship with them. You see them, and one doesn't want to have a family, but one does. Or do you have any nieces or nephews now?
The older one wants a family. She's in her 30s. She's like 35.
Okay.
The younger one is 26. She says she doesn't want any children, but the thing is, like, I mean, maybe she's actually she looks like that she's really a child-free kind of person because she's really career-focused.
So when was the last time you and your sisters and your father, all four of you, got together?
This was like 1 month ago.
Okay, that's good. So the whole family got together a month ago, and was that your place, your sister's place? Did you go out to eat? What did you do?
We did. We went out eating.
Okay, and you all get along. There's no hostility or animosity. You're all close.
Obviously, the girls are more kind of doing their own stuff together.
Can I ask? Is it the Ratskeller? Is that what you call it? The Ratskeller or the where was this? The bar?
Ratskeller?
Ratskeller, isn't that what, is that more German than Austrian? Ratskeller?
No, I'm just. Is that? Do you mean is there a bar named Ratskeller?
Ratskeller? No, apparently in parts of Germany, Ratskeller just means any rat cellar bar. Like, the bar is kind of under the street. Forget it. The point is, you went out to like what we call a bar or an inn or a tavern or whatever the term, a restaurant. You went out to, but who was there? Because your father remarried, correct? Your mother died a number of years ago. Right?
Yes.
He said we were gone. He visits his father, but not his father's girlfriend.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Who came out? It was just you and your family, or did the girlfriend come? Did your sister's husbands or boyfriends come, or who was there?
Just me, my father, and my two sisters.
Oh, so it was family only. And your sisters, I'm sorry, one's married, one's not, or what's the story?
One's older, one's younger.
Yeah, they're not married. I don't really ask them about their relationships at all. I don't know if
I gotta imagine that you would know if they were married or not. At least they would tell you if they got married.
Yeah, but I know that they're not married because
Well, actually, our sister, I haven't seen my sister in over a year.
Yeah, no.
She lives with a guy. I don't think they're married, but if they got married, I wouldn't know. So I understand. But as far as you know, your sisters, you're 28. How old are your sisters? What's the ages again?
35 and 26.
35. You're 28. And the youngest one is 26. They're not married, but do they live with their significant others or their partners?
They all seem single. They're not really in a. I do know they have something on the background, but they're not
living with a guy. They're basically
their own apartment.
Okay, yeah. And he said that his younger sister claims to be child-free. She doesn't want to get married, but he suspects that she does.
Mm-hmm.
His older sister wants to have a family, but things aren't.
Well, she's getting old. She's already 35. She's getting up there. She better start soon because hard to have a kid when you're over 40. So if your older sister wants kids, watch. Your younger sister says she's child free. She'll probably have a kid in a year or two. The older one wants kids, but she's probably too old now. I hate to say it. Yeah.
I mean, it's normal nowadays to marry later than it used and get children later on.
Right. Are you protective of your sisters?
No,
do you
no,
want
no.
to find the right guy, or do you get?
I don't care at all.
Oh, okay.
We're like kind of our sister. I don't know the guy. I don't give a fuck. My sister and I don't get along. Yeah. So I'm trying to. We're not just asking you personal questions. I'll answer about me too. Yeah, my sister and I haven't spoken about a year now, maybe a little longer. Better off that way. I never met her boyfriend. I don't want to meet him. But same thing. So your sisters your two sisters live together or they live independently. So basically, both sisters live in their own apartments or they live together.
All apartments.
Okay. Are you guys all in Vienna? Can I ask? You're all in the same area or?
You mean? Yeah,
Vienna metropolitan metro area. Yeah.
Yeah, same district.
Because you mentioned, I think it was your younger sister went to Japan for a while.
Yes.
And now, does she want a Japanese guy, an Austrian guy, an Indian guy? Does that matter to you?
I mean, she's still chasing Chang. If she gets Chang.
Oh, wow.
It's a different kind of questions.
All right, so your sister, what about your older sister? She wants an Austrian guy or
She's
she
probably
doesn't
into
care?
Maroon. I don't know. I don't really care so much about this. For me, it's
What about you? Do you want an Asian girl, an African girl, an Arabic, Indian girl? What do you want? What are you looking for?
Yeah, I just want a good-looking girl. But
No.
No,
What does
no.
good looking mean?
Yeah.
You prefer black? Do you want the white, blonde hair, blue eye? What is good looking to you? Be honest.
You want a white girl, black girl, Arabian?
No, I mean, I think you guys asked me this before.
We don't remember. It's been a while.
Things change. What are you looking for?
Things change. Yeah.
You want a nice Korean girl? You're looking for Korean? You're looking for African? Tell us. Or you don't care. As long as she's a Stacy.
Why? You don't answer.
I don't really care as long as she's good looking.
As long as she's a Stacy, he doesn't care. Or what? Okay, all right, fine.
All right, then.
All right. Does your mother? I'm gonna ask your mother. How long has it been since your mother died? When was that? How long has that been?
2016.
Does she come up when you guys get together? Does your father mention her? He's
Yes.
with a new woman now. She comes up. Okay. What do you talk about? The good times, the bad times? What do you? I'm curious because your father's with a new woman. He probably doesn't mention your mother around her, but I guess when he's with you and your sisters, he can be more open about what comes up. Because you told us your father needed. You're not needed. Your father passported. He went to India, married a brown skinned girl because he couldn't get an Austrian girl. That correct? So does your mother come up a lot? Has she seen what?
And how long has he been with this new girlfriend?
They've been in a relationship for, I think it did already like 3-4 years. I don't know the exact date, but it's probably like 3-4 years already.
How come you guys don't interact much? What's going on there?
Because of this one incident.
Okay, what's the one incident? Oh, she came on to you or something?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, she was dating your dad, but she thought you were good looking, and it made things awkward. So you don't.
I probably asked you this. You're 28. Your father and his girlfriend, are they the same age or is she a bit younger? Can you give us the ages? How old's your father roughly? How old's your girlfriend?
Father's 63, I think.
Okay. All right.
And
60s, right?
63, and she's definitely in her 60s, but I'll know that she's younger. But like
younger, but not it's not like you're 28.
Not so much.
Right. She's 38. He's 68. She's closer to your father than you, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay, so this isn't like your father's dating a young woman and she comes on to you.
No.
She's like his age and she's coming on to you.
Yes.
Does he know about that? Do either of your sisters know about that?
No.
All right.
And how do your sisters get along with her? Are they fine with her, or do they want your dad to find someone else, or you don't know?
I mean, in the beginning, they were kind of like suspicious, kind of. But they got over time, they got like kind of like used to it and kind of like, I think they're on good terms, my sisters and her.
And now this girlfriend, she's Austrian, or she's German?
Austrian.
And does she have any kids of her own?
Yes.
How many?
Two children.
Okay, have you met these children? Do you get along with them?
The children are like already 40-year-olds.
Oh wow!
And they've already their own children.
Oh wow!
Because she's only about 60. She had these kids when she was a teenager. I'm guessing was she married, or she had a couple kids out of wedlock when she was a teenager, or what happened?
Yeah. What I know from her background story that she was supposedly in a long-term relationship with one guy for like, I think this was a teacher or something like this. But
did he father both children, or she has two kids with two different guys?
It's from the same guy, I think.
Okay.
But I'm gonna be honest, I don't really care about this so much. I don't.
Hey! It's not your face. She thinks teachers are sexy. You tried to be a kindergarten teacher. She probably thinks a teacher, an educator, is sexy. So you turned her on with that. But the point is, does she have two sons, two daughters, one of each? What does she have?
$2.
And you should say to her. I mean, maybe you shouldn't say this, but it's like, how would you feel if your father, ZENESIS, hit on one of her daughters? I mean, she probably wouldn't like your father making a pass or a move on one of her daughters. Why would he be comfortable with you, the son? You know what I'm saying? She made a move on you. How would she feel if your father made a move on one of her daughters? You know what I mean? Or has he? Do you understand? Maybe I'm using terms you understand.
Yeah, I do understand, but
your father's girlfriend came on to you, made a pass at you, wanted to go to bed with you, wanted to have sex with you. Is that correct?
Yeah, I do understand you, but
right. Well, did your father do the same with them, and they didn't talk about it, or your father would never dream of doing that, or?
And her daughters are older than you. You're saying her daughters
they're like
are in their
damn near
40s?
40. Yeah.
Yeah, they're older to me. Yeah. Maybe it would do it. I don't know. I don't really care about. I don't really have this kind of thought scenarios in my head where I think.
Like Horsehead asks, you don't think that this woman is taking advantage of your father, or you don't care? Horsehead wants to know. Horsehead says he'd be concerned she's taking advantage of your father in lots of ways, not just by the cheating. Do you feel this woman's taking advantage of your father, or you just don't give it?
She's. I mean, I think I mentioned before. He's a beta boxer.
Now, do you believe your father can do better and find another woman? Would you love him to find someone else?
Or is he's just lucky to have this one because he's
I think he's lucky to have this one.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Interesting. We're learning here.
And now, your father's girlfriend's children, the two daughters, do they have husbands or boyfriends or girlfriends? What's their story?
Yeah, they have kids. She's a grandmother, but are they married, or are they just like single mothers?
What's going on with them?
Yeah, they're married.
And do you get along with them, or do you not like them, or is this kind of?
Do you even know them?
Yeah.
I see them really rarely.
Okay, and now how many kids do they have?
One has 3 children, and the other one has 2.
Okay, and you don't really know them. You don't really care about them.
Are both of their husbands Austrians, or do they marry Indian or Arab? Or we're curious.
Austrian.
Okay, so they got 5 little white grandchildren running around in Austria. Okay, I guess that's interesting. Yes. But didn't you tell me real quick? You grew up in the Tyrol, I think, before you moved to Vienna. Is that true? You were born
in Tyrol, yeah.
Right. How old were you when you moved to Vienna? Would you say?
I think it was like 5.
Oh, okay. So this was very young. Your parent, you
Yeah.
as a family moved to the Tyrol. I mean,
Yeah,
moved
I was
from
born in
the
Tyrol,
Tyrol.
moved to
You
Vienna.
moved as a family. What I'm trying to say is, you weren't like, all right, I grew up in the Tyrol and moved to Vienna. You were still a kid. Your parents moved from the Tyrol to Vienna, is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't realize that. Now, what would you like to tell you what? What would you like? A couple things. For actually, I'm gonna ask you one more question. Take it off you. What do you make of James? Because I still like Dumb, even though we've had our falling out. What do you make of that situation? And then what would you like to ask us about ourselves? Go ahead. I know. Stop. I know you didn't see all the videos and shit. You don't have to watch them all. You can go back, Bruce. What I told you, what I explained about the mate guarding the jealousy, I felt hurt because that's not who I am. I thought you know better. What do you make of it?
I think it's just a natural kind of response from
For anybody or for Nor? Because I'm not trying to.
Most people, most men are like this. It's just a ooga booga thing.
Well, I think I'd admire him more if he was honest about it. At least he would say, like you say, I don't hang out with my sub fives because I don't want to ruin my standing with the cool kids. I'd admire if he was more honest, but I think he tried to backtrack and say, well, nah, like there's always an excuse. It's like, you don't have to, I'd rather just be honest and then make stupid excuses.
Yeah, but you also need to consider the fact that being honest is not for everyone.
People who don't want to be honest aren't for me. I'll put it that way. People who aren't honest are not for me. But what, do you think I'm too demanding? I expect too much from others? Being a spurg?
I mean, what I get is you're like really, really pushy, and really like because you want to know every kind of single detail, like kind of.
No, we're trying to get a story. Like people, I've noticed something about people in general, not just you in general. People will mention something in passing, and in their mind it makes sense. But I'm not a mind reader. Like if you mention, oh yeah, I went out to eat with my sister. Well, stop. Older sister, younger sister, married. You got to tell us more because you know instinctively. I went out to eat with my older sister who's 35. We don't know this. I know a lot of people. I'm not blaming them. They share information, but they don't realize we're not mind readers. We don't know your backstory. You got to elaborate a little more. So I try to get people to elaborate because we're not mind readers. I think a lot of people forget that. Like, you know, your sister's age is 35, 26. We don't. And not just you personally. People in general might forget. They might tell us something in passing, but it's like, can you be more specific? We don't understand. So I want people to specify so we're all on the same page, so we're not making assumptions or jumping to conclusions. That's why I push. But
you also need to consider the fact because you probably like notice that I'm really slow in responding your questions. The reasons why, because it takes a certain of adjusting to get adjust. Because when I get on this panel, I always forget I need to be my unfiltered version, kind of, because I'm so used being.
And that, well, I don't know if you saw that JT guy in the chat. JT, he majorly struggles with being unfiltered, and my response is, if you can't be unfiltered, that's fine. Why are you here? I don't understand why people don't want to put down their guard, be unfiltered, but still insist on coming on. So he doesn't want to unfilter himself, but he wants to. So I don't know if you saw any of that. That's what I understand. If you want to come on this panel, you should have an idea of who I am and what I ask. So I understand you might forget, but it's me. I'm occupational click. This isn't like your normie friend or even your sub 5 blue pilled friends. It's a black pilled spurg from New Jersey. I mean, I understand you might forget. That's a good point. But at some point, you got to realize who and what I am and the questions I ask and that sort of thing and what my motive is. I mean, how much apologizing can I do? You know what I mean?
But you also need to consider the fact that 99% of YouTube channels are filtered.
Okay, well,
and yours is like a unique kind of case where you can really be unfiltered.
Mm-hmm.
And because I
always, coffee house, as I call it a coffee house.
I'll also forget it every time I come on that. Damn. Okay, this is a completely different environment. I get always kind of thrown into the water when I come on.
Wait, what do you mean thrown into the water? You feel rational?
Yeah, because I'm so used because being unfiltered for me actually is really hard. It's really uncomfortable. It's really easy for me to be kind of filtered and not talk about deep stuff or do small talk stuff.
Well, let me ask you. Okay, if that's the case, what All right. It's hard for you. That guy JT insists I bring him on, but he doesn't want to talk about anything. He doesn't want to be unfiltered, but he wants me to bring him on. Forget him. My question. What? I had to sneeze. Gesundheit. What makes you want to come on, even though it's hard for you? Why do you want to come on, show your face, and be unfiltered? What brings you on?
It's a test for myself also.
Oh, a test for yourself. Okay. And
Yeah.
what are you trying to test yourself for exactly?
I mean, there are multiple kind of reasons. Okay, first is one to see like how grounded I am still.
Okay.
Second of all is to see like how honest I am with myself. Because it's also like kind of refreshing also having you also there, like outcalling kind of certain behaviors. Because you're it's all interesting because you basically outcall when people gaslight kind of always.
I'm sorry. Repeat that again. I gaslight people. What'd you say?
No. But you outcall. There's one thing which I noticed. You're really good at outcalling gaslighting from people. When you notice
out. I call them.
You call out like
gaslight.
When somebody gaslights you or you perceive it as somebody's lying to you, you immediately call him out. You don't shy away from doing this kind of thing. And it's like, hey, it's interesting. Like, it's like an interesting test playground for me also to see like how good I'm actually being unfiltered.
Well, one of the reasons I like you, people, when you first came on, a few people were upset, including Dev Pike. But I said, hey, anyone's welcome. And I admire ZENESIS not for his face, but for his honesty. You've been one of the more open and honest people, which is what I do for my panels. You're like the opposite of JT. I've always admired your honesty. You seem sincere, which is why I'm happy to have you. All I want is sincerity. I won't judge. I won't laugh at anybody or kick anyone off for being too ugly or too good looking or too popular. I'll talk to anyone. I just don't like bullshit. And I feel like I'm getting that with some of these people. So I thank you for not. You do a good job not being too gaslighty or bullshitty. So, yeah. Right.
I mean, the PD aspect is still true. It's not that I was gaslighting you in the PD aspect because the PD aspect, why is also.
I'm sorry, we're saying PD aspect. What does that mean?
The PD aspect that I.
What's he saying? PD?
Pity.
Yes.
Pity.
Pity.
Oh,
You're saying pity. Hold on, stop. You're saying
Pity.
pity. Okay, I think you're saying
The pity aspect because I mentioned before that I'm also here because of empathy for sub 5 and stuff like this and people who get treated like shit. This still holds true. This was not a gaslight. But yeah.
Okay. Would you like to ask? You haven't been around a while. You want to ask me or my brother anything? Is there anything you want
Sure.
to ask? Actually, here's my last question for you. You haven't been around for a while, which is fine. My last question. What made you want to come on tonight? And then you can ask us anything. What made you want to come on tonight after? Yeah.
Months of
Pity. It's pity.
Well, we don't listen. I commend you for not gaslighting. I don't need someone who feels sorry for me. If you're gonna feel sorry for me, I don't need you here. No, it's all right.
It was just a regular thing to check up on you guys, like how you're doing, and because for me, I'm also want to ask you guys or you'll see.
Good segue. Go ahead. Ask.
Because the narrative of your channel is to get knee bugs.
Okay. Yes.
Did you got any closer to the goal of getting knee bugs?
Not really. What we have to do, I said this, I know you've been watching. We got to get out of this house, get somewhere else, and then I can apply for NEAT bucks. In order to rent a different place, I need a job on paper. Working at a farm for a couple $100 ain't going to do it. So I need a job so we can say, I have a job at this grocery or whatever. We both have jobs, we're both employed. We can rent a place, and then I can apply for NEAT bucks. I got to get out of it. So step 1, get out of this house. Step 2, NEAT bucks. All before the Big Beautiful Bill, BBB, Big Beautiful Bill Act, sets in 2027. So I've got kind of a goal. My first goal is, my brother says, get a job so we can get the fuck out of here so I can tell the landlord I have a job. We can get out of here, and then I can apply for NEAT.
Yes.
So we have a better plan. I'll put it that way. We got a better plan.
Why is it so complicated over there?
Well, Trump, our president, recently passed a new bill back on July 4th, or right before the 4th of July. He passed a bill called the BBB. I actually made I don't know if you've been watching. The Big Beautiful Bill He wants to make it harder to get on neat bucks.
Yes.
Harder to get what we call Medicaid insurance, harder to get Social Security or neat bucks. Trump passed a bill. It won't take effect right away. It's going to take a couple of years. But this bill, it narrowly passed. One guy, by one vote, it passed our Congress. It wasn't like everyone was for it, everyone was against it. It was so close. By one fucking vote, it passed. And now people are saying, senators, congressmen are saying, representatives, we regret voting for it. Yeah. He basically wants to gut neat bucks. So there's now like an urgency to get neat bucks. But I can't get neat bucks here because we can't afford this place. Yeah. And I need a job to rent somewhere else, somewhere cheaper. I get a job, and then
be in that place
because of what's called. I'm going to type it for you. Hold on, maybe you didn't hear about it. The BBB, which equals the big. Look it up. The big beautiful bill. Look it up. It was passed back, and like Todd even said, Todd commented in one of my my videos or one of my streams. Trump wants everyone to be a good wage slave. He's correct. Todd is right. Trump is trying to push us to wage slaves. Now we got this big, beautiful bill. By one vote, it passed Congress. You understand American Congress, the governing body of the United States? It passed by one vote. It wasn't like everyone was for, everyone was against. It was very close. By one vote, it passed, and now it's a threat to my ability to NEET, the big, beautiful bill that Trump passed back in July, or late June, early July.
Yes.
So, if you would apply for NEET bucks, for example, over in the US, how long would it take for them to get over your case? Because there's a waiting time. Like,
I'll tell you. Okay, it takes years. The shortest for SSI, it could take 6 months. For SSDI, which is what I want, it could take up to 2 years. But we can't be here. We can't afford to live here for the next 2 years. So I gotta get a job so I need a job to rent a place so we can get out of here to a smaller place, and then I can apply. It could take upwards of 2 years to get like the real full NEET bucks, SSDI, Social Security Disability Insurance.
It's crazy.
It is, but that's why it's what we call. I don't know if you know the term. There's a term in English, a catch-22. A catch-22. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. If I applied for NEET bucks now, we couldn't afford to live here.
No, yeah.
But if I don't apply within the next year or so, I might lose it with that big, beautiful bill. So yeah, we're in a perilous situation. Yeah.
And regarding the paperwork, regarding the diagnosis, you already have everything settled, or do you need to?
The medical diagnosis, yes. My fucking shrink, I've been thinking about dumping him because he's not much help.
Yeah, no.
I do the diagnosis, yes.
Yes, some paperwork, but not enough. It's catch and go.
I need my shrink to say, yes, I agree with your diagnosis. Yeah.
This is crazy. Like, I mean, wait, so you're basically dependent on this particular kind of shrink for your also?
I wouldn't say dependent. What I would say is the more proof you have, the better. I went to a neuropsychologist just for diagnosis. I got my paperwork saying I'm diagnosed. But I'm also seeing this asshole who could back me up or turn against me. He can back me up and say, yes, I agree. I am the psychologist. I agree with the neuropsych. He deserves NEET bucks. Or he can say no. So he can jeopardize my NEET bucks. Yes, it's anyone. And usually the more people you've seen, the better. If you've got like 4 or 5 doctors who say yes, that's good. I've got 2 doctors. One said yes. The other is saying, well, I'm not sure. So, yeah, I only got 2 doctors, and one is wishy-washy. So, wishy-washy. So, yeah.
Do you have any alternative psychiatrist planned, or like where you?
Maybe I should dump this guy and get another psychologist. Yeah, but then it's a gamble because the next psychologist might be better, or he might be worse, or might be the same thing. It's a gamble. You know what I mean?
But you already know that your current one is bad, or doesn't give, or you get.
The one thing I like about I can speak my mind. He doesn't seem to give a shit. Whatever. Like here, I can be unfiltered with him. He doesn't care, but he's not going to help me get NEET bucks. So yeah, I can be unfiltered. I might be more filtered with other, psychologists.
Okay. The next question from did you speak with Todd about it?
Not recently, no. Todd, I haven't spoken to him. He's commented, but not in the comments. But no, I haven't spoken with him in like 2 years. No.
Did he give you any advice regarding like how he reached his NEET bucks?
Kind of. But I guess he acts like he doesn't fully know. Part of it too, he lived with his parents for like 2 or 3 years before he got all those neat bucks. So we can't afford to live with our parents in their little apartment.
Yeah.
So Todd was an only child, no brothers or sisters. He was able to live with his parents for 2 or 3 years from the time of his suicide attempt until the time he got his place. He was able to live with them for a few years. I don't have 2 or 3 years to play around with. We can't afford this place, and I can't depend on my parents to pay my way. So Todd, I'm not blaming him. I would have done the same thing if I could. I don't blame Todd, but he lived with his parents for 2 or 3 years before he got his apartment and his neat bucks. Yeah.
I mean, what I meant in the sense of like, did you question regarding like, did he need it to do all this stuff? Would you do? I mean, this was pre this bill era.
No, he got lucky. What he did after he had his suicide attempt, he was in the hospital, the psych ward. He got out of the psych ward. He went to outpatient therapy, and if I understand correctly, the people he learned about neat bucks from the people in his group therapy. He'd go to therapy with a bunch of people after he got out of the psych ward, and they'd all say the same thing. Yeah, let's get on SSI. Let's get on Section 8. That's how he learned about it. And he applied, but he lived with his parents. He wasn't working, living with his parents until he got approved 2 or 3 years later. So he learned about it from his support group, his group therapy after the psych ward. He had one thing I didn't. I've never been in a psych ward. So he got a diagnosis from it was actually a lawyer. I think he threatened to acid face some psychiatrist therapist, and she wanted to sue him. The lawyer said, well, you're autistic and you're destitute. Let's get you a diagnosis. They got him the diagnosis, and he applied. He was approved, probably because being in a psych ward is a big help. Being in a psych ward helps you get neat bucks. And then he had the diagnosis. So that was 10 years ago almost. So he had a different experience. Yeah.
Do you also know how long he was in this thing?
He told us 2 or 3 weeks. I can't remember.
Only, yeah, but I mean, yeah. I mean,
that's what interested me more than tennis or e-girls or whatever, or Story Destroy. I was interested in the process, the bureaucracy of getting SSDI,
right? I mean, I'm gonna be honest, it is crazy over there.
It is.
It's like, I mean, obviously I can't take myself as an example or my experience because I'm kind of different. And I know that the system over here in Austria is completely different.
Very, very, very different, yes.
But is there anyone else you ever met who is also neat bucks and is also someone like, and is also from New Jersey or New York or something like this?
Not from this area. No. There might be more people online who somehow I've gone on forums. I've asked how'd you get neat bucks, and people said my parents or my grandparents did it for me, or I was a little boy. I'm only 20 years old. I was diagnosed when I was a kid. Yeah. It's very hard to find a 40 guy in his 40s who got diagnosed as an adult and got neat bucks. Yeah. That's why Todd is my fucking savior. He's like the one shining example. Right.
What do the other starlings say? Do they give you any advice?
The starlings? No, they give me nothing.
No, they don't help at all.
I would love for Todd to come on at least once, but no one else here gives me anything of value.
No.
They can't even help me grow up vegetables, so these people are useless. The starlings are useless. You're probably one of the more interesting starlings, quite frankly.
Yes.
For instance, JT is begging me to come on. He's the opposite of you. I don't want to bring him on. Do you want to talk to him real quick for 5 minutes? I'll kick him off. Want to talk to him for 2 minutes?
Who's JT?
I don't know. You can say hi to him.
Oh shit! I guess I didn't know you were gonna let me up here. No, really, I'm just here to porn bomb you. Yeah.
How old are you? Where are you from? Etc.
Yeah, come on, let us know.
Kick him off. Fuck it. We don't want to talk to him. Yeah, JT's like the opposite of you, but you're so okay. So we'll go from there.
I mean, the problem is for me just because I'm an Austrian and only the system here. I can't really give you any advice.
No, we understand. I've always said I want my fellow Americans, preferably white guys in their 40s who got diagnosed and got on neat bucks later on in life to give me advice. Todd is the only guy who fits that criteria. Yeah. But no, I can't even apply until we get out of this house.
Exactly.
Which requires I get a job, so I can say I got a job, so we can get out of this house, move the shit out of this house, and then I can apply. And we got to do this sooner than later because the big beautiful bill.
Yes, indeed.
That's where I am right now.
Are there any Starlings in there which kind of live in the same kind of state as you?
Ask them. The answer is no. Other than Todd, no one comes close. No one here comes close. I mean, actually, you're after Todd. You're the second closest, but you're Austria, so it doesn't matter to us. Todd is the only American in the position I'm in that I know of. Yeah.
No, I meant like.
Which is why he's my hero, right? What?
I meant not in the sense of the of being neat boxes. I just meant, is there anyone else who lives in the same state as you from Starlings wise, but who is not on neat box, but might know a little bit more about the laws?
If there is, they haven't said anything. Yeah. I guess Rafterman is the closest. He's in Maryland, a couple states south, but he has his own little job working from home. Rafterman's the closest. He's 10 years younger than me. No one other than Todd when it comes to neat bucks, or Rafterman when it comes to having a neat job. No, the Starlings have proven useless, basically. Fruitless, yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, is there really no one here who can give you some sort of little advice?
That's why I started streaming, and the answer is apparently not.
No.
If there is, they haven't found my channel yet.
Yeah, no.
Do they have really no value for you?
Well, if I had neat bucks right now, this would be my social outlet. I'd say, okay, I got my neat bucks. I'm in my nice, comfy apartment. Don't have to worry about food or anything. Everything's taken care of. Never have to work again. Let me stream. I'd still talk to my shrink. I'll talk to my shrink for a day or two, unfiltered. I'll stream unfiltered. There's the social value. I do like the social because I've said this before. Other than my brother or my shrink, you guys, not just you, but the Starlings in general, are my social outlet. So there's the social value, but no knowledge. Social value, yes. Knowledge value, no.
I mean, this is a good question, good topic you speak of, because I also wanted to ask you regarding the socialization thing. Do you consider this panel as or better phrase, does this kind of panels satisfy all your social needs? Because for me personally, this panel thing, I don't consider it socialization at all. For me, socializing is going outside and interacting with people in real life.
Yeah, well, the answer is yes and no. If I were a normie who could have normie friends, why would I waste time here? So as a Spurg, it satisfies to an extent. But no, even streaming, it's more of a distraction. We said before, we fixed our printer. This was like we need a what we call in American English a study break. So as a Spurg who has no real friends, it's quasi-satisfying. But on the other hand, it's like a break from reality, like a distraction. So it's kind of 50-50. For you, well, even though this isn't socializing for you, you're still here for some reason. You say to get grounded, but you're here talking to us. So it's quasi-social, but there's definitely an element of distraction from real life.
Yes.
I mean, I do understand that this is some kind of socialization what we're doing here, but I would never say that this kind of socialization or this kind of way of socialization replaces the real life interaction with people.
Oh, well first, I don't think there's no one who would disagree. This online cyberspace bullshit is not real world interaction. All of my real world interactions are either non-existent or they're bad. They're negative. Do me a favor. Watch the one video. It's only like 12 minutes long of the black African lady at the supermarket. Watch that video. If anything, watch that one. She was going nuts. That's the kind of shit I deal with when I go out in public. So I'd love to have normal social interactions, but if I can't, this is the next best thing. Did you see that video with the black lady at the supermarket? You didn't see that one? No?
What happened?
I'm not going to tell you. Let me see. We're going to find it. Let's see. You can go back and watch for yourself.
Yeah, I mean, because you said like this is not for your real life, but we live currently in this time. I mean, like most people in Gen Z or Gen Alpha would say that this kind of thing is completely replaces the in real life socialization.
Right.
For me, personally,
Well, real quick, I'm not going to show you this. Go back and watch. This video is only, how long is it? 13 minutes. You can go back and watch this. This lady accused me. I saw her. I'm not going to explain it to you. You can go back and watch it for yourself.
You're doing something. Now you're recording it.
Yes, record. Yes.
Go back and watch the video. This lady accused me of following her around the store when I didn't.
Who's you guys? Okay.
And I decided I have enough. I have enough of this treatment. I pulled out my phone and started recording her. She was fucking nuts. You can go back. And then I went behind her car because I was tired of being treated like shit. Here, take a look.
Go to the police. Insane. Whoa. Pick on the Spurg. What is the problem? Yeah, I'm recording you too.
She kept pulling in front of my car. You can go back and watch this for yourself. I'm not going to do the whole thing. She kept pulling in front of me every time I tried to leave.
What is the problem? Yes.
Simps came up like this idiot. This idiot simp came up. Did he hurt you, ma'am? And she started going nuts on him. He got scared. Look at. You can go back and watch the video. I'm not going to share it all, but your thoughts on what you're seeing here? It's like.
I would just go home. Okay, you're harassing me.
Her. I guess this is her daughter. The daughter was not in the store with her, but the mother told the daughter, "The guy's following me." She believed it without question. It was like she starts recording. It's like nuts. And she followed me. Wouldn't fuck off.
Now it's time to leave and get the fuck off.
Oh, yeah?
Get out of the way.
Oh, yeah?
What is it with you?
Oh,
What is it with you? I don't know you. You're screaming at me.
Oh, yeah?
Whoever you are, you claim I'm stalking your family. Who are you people? Seriously, what's going on here? This is nuts. Because this is crazy. This is crazy. But yes, I did go to her. I wanted to fuck with her. After she started.
I've had so many bad experiences with people. From now on, when people get nasty with me first, I pull up my camera now. In the past, I would be nicey nice or back away and still ended up bad. Now I'm just like, fuck it, I'll pull my camera out. This bitch thought I was like following her around the store when I wasn't. It was nuts.
Screaming at me like this is fucking nuts. This is what my life is.
She pulls in front of me again. You can go watch it if you want. Go watch the video.
Yeah, why don't we go to the police station? Good. I'm glad. Good. I'm glad they can record you too.
I'm going to call the police. Go ahead, call them. You fucking.
Oh, these people are nuts. It's fault. Yes,
So that was my experience at the grocery store. Where was I? Okay, you go back and watch it. It's only 13 minutes. I think you have 13. You can devote. I don't blame you for not watching 4-hour streams. You can watch a 13-minute video. Go back and watch. I don't want to explain it all, but yeah, come back to me next time and tell me what you think. For real.
Yeah, I mean, I can.
And I did an introduction afterwards where I explained what happened, and then, like I said, Penny Pounder was saying, you provoke people. No, people get nasty with me. In the past, I would back off or I'd be nicey nice. Now I'm like, if people come after me, I'm going to pull out a camera and go back after them. So yes, I went after that woman because she came after me. I saw her once in the back of the store. She looked at me out to her. I was on the phone with my brother saying, we're going to do some grilling tonight. Grilling on the charcoal grill. We're going to grill up some steaks. The steaks look like crap. She walked by. I looked at her. I turned away. I was leaving the store. Second time I saw her, she said, "Why are you following me around the store? You people have been following me and my family for years." I'm looking at her like, what? So I said, let me get my camera out and record this. It is the kind of shit I go through when I got in public. So, yeah, I would rather go out in public and have real friends who are nice to me. But if it's either this online bullshit or that nonsense, this is better than that nonsense. You know what I mean? Having some crazy black lady scream in my fucking face. I'll go back one more time. I'll play one more part here.
Again, the chimes of the. I thought she was joking around. You're accusing me of stalking you?
You following me around the
You
store?
following me around the store?
Yeah, I'm following you around the store. That's right. I'm trying to exit right now, and you're bothering me. Why are you harassing me? I'll call the cops on you. You're harassing me. You're raising your voice and yelling at me. Jesus Christ. Jeez, that's harassment, lady. Careful, voodoo. You're whacked. You're nuts. Neither do I. Who's been harassing
You
your family?
guys, yeah.
I don't know who you are.
You think I'm some kind of-
I know you following me around the store, and I'm asking for help right now.
How
You're
am I-
following me around the store? Who are you?
You-
Are you trying to kill me or you doing something? Now you're recording it.
Yes,
Please,
record. Yes.
Please, what are you trying to do to
Wow.
my family?
This
You've
is
been-
your
you guys
family?
been going following me around.
Who's
I'm
you
following my
guys?
kids.
Okay.
I'm following my kids around.
Okay.
What are you guys up to?
Okay.
What are you guys up to?
You'll find out, lady.
We find out.
Now you can say what you want about me. You can say what you want about
Don't worry
me.
about me, but
This lady is accusing me of following her kids around. Jesus Christ. To say what
Okay, so I'll show you that. All right. You got enough. You can go back. It's only 13 minutes. You can take 15 minutes of your time and watch it. It was crazy. And I've had experiences like this all my life. But for the first time, I said, I trained myself, pull out my camera and record. And I've had a few people here say, you pulled your camera out, so obviously you provoked her. No, she came after me first. And I said, fuck it. This time I'm recording it. You can go back and watch that. If you want to catch up on anything, forget about dumb. Forget about streams. Go back and watch that video. It's called, what's it called? Supermarket Shibun Madness or some shit. What do you think from what you've seen, Zenesis? Go ahead. Tell me.
My first question is, you mentioned before that there was not a similar incident, but there was an incident of a tall flag or something like this, choking you or something like this.
Tall fag strangled me, and a tall fag,
Yeah.
another nigger bitch tried to run me over in a parking lot that I work with. Yes.
I want to ask you, those kind of incidents, how often did they occur, like, generally?
They've been occurring more frequently since like my mid-30s. I didn't have this problem as a kid, or people say we were bullied as a kid. As a kid, teenagers, not really. In my 20s, not really. Since I started to look older, later mid to late 30s, every few years. Yeah.
Interesting that you're saying that it's started with you and your 30s. Do you think that's something that you changed something drastically in your 30s, appearance-wise, or something like this? Where you're thinner and you're.
I've gotten a little heavier. I'm definitely older. There's definitely more. Yeah. Take a look. There's more gray in my beard than like 10 years ago. So maybe when I was in my 20s, I still look like an innocent kid. Now I look more like a man, a grown-up. So it could be getting a little fatter, but also getting grayer, I would say. What would you say?
Yeah, fatter and grayer.
Fatter and grayer. And also, not just my appearance, I'm more hyper-vigilant because every time someone comes after me, I get more hyper-vigilant. So I'm more on guard now. So I might have looked at her a little too long the first time. That was the only time I saw her. It still doesn't justify behaving like a crazy person. But I think these people they're crazy. They can keep it together with normies. All it takes is if they encounter someone who's a little bit different like me, a little bit different, all of a sudden their fantasies come out. Their fantasies. You looked at me a little different. You must be one of those people who's stalking me and my family because I'm a special person. So that woman was crazy, but I bring out the crazy in people. And I'm fatter, I'm older, I'm grayer, but I'm also more hyper vigilant. Yes.
Were you in your 20s, Finn? Was there some point in your life where you were like skinny fat or normal? Or
yeah, in my mid-20s, I did lose a lot of weight. I still had a pot belly, but I was getting kind of scrawny.
Yeah.
Skinny fat. No one tried to kill me, but yeah, I was skinny fat. Yeah, I'm a man now. This means become a man. I'm an old man.
From the video you just showed, it definitely shows that she is a crazy woman which attacked you for no reason because you didn't say anything. With the choking thing in the past, because it was a coworker thing.
Yeah, it was a coworker. I didn't work with him directly. I call it secondhand hatred. The guy, others would badmouth me, so we had a bad idea about me. But we were in a public place. It was 9:30 in the morning in a liquor store. I told the story today to my EMDR shrink, and I lost that video when the power went out. Like the universe doesn't want me to tell it. I was going to upload that video. Yeah, he was. I didn't really know him very well, but we were never enemies. Yeah, and this was in public. Yeah.
Yeah, because with the coworker thing back then, you might have said something or did something because it was a working environment. Which kind of made him do this kind of thing. But this black woman stuff, this is completely nuts. Because I still need to watch the video to see more.
Well, no, stop. I've had people here tell me, it's your fault, OC. You clearly provoked her. You shoved a camera in her face. No. I pulled the camera out after she started going nuts on me. But I've had people here say it's my fault because I pulled the camera out in the first place. People have said to me, why don't you just walk away? I used to in the past. I would walk away or I'd be all demure. Hey, I'm sorry. I can't do that anymore because it makes no difference either whether you walk away or you get nasty or you try to be nice. It all ends the same. So now I'm trying to, pull my camera out and show you guys I'm not making this shit up. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. I can only go by what I see. obviously I need to see the full video to give.
Yes, you're pretty far behind. You got some homework to do, Zen. You got some homework to do, son. But okay, good.
Yeah, but from what you showed me,
House of Goblin. House of Goblin. Yeah.
House of Goblin, yes.
From what you showed me,
Yes, House of Goblin. Genesis. Yes, House of Goblin.
From what
House of Goblin. Okay.
From what you like, what you showed me, it looks like that you are like, not in the wrong at all.
No, I wasn't. I swear by that.
She was just a mentally unstable kind of woman, which kind of projected.
That's what I'm saying. I get you. Just mentally unstable people. They might be normal with you. They might be normal with Bro C. All it takes is my face or my looks or my mannerisms. They unravel. I'm not doing anything to them. They can keep it together for you, Zenesis. They can keep it together for Bro C. They can keep it together for most people. But when they encounter me, my little bit of offness makes them unravel, and they project all of their bullshit, nonsense, craziness onto me. I am the projection screen. I didn't do anything to them because I'm a little bit different. They can't keep it together anymore like they can for you or him. They lose their shit with me, and I'm the bad guy, the boogeyman, the bully in their story. You're absolutely right. 1,000%.
I'm not saying that people. I mean, I also get treated like shit by some people, not as the same extent as you are on the kind of level, but it isn't, because most people think like, oh, that I don't know, people on the other side don't get treated like shit at all. It's
I'm not
like this at
saying
all.
you don't, but I don't think you have any stories quite like that. I'm not saying you don't. I'm not saying life is bed of roses. You probably have some assholes. Even two beautiful people can be assholes to each other. I'm just saying you don't experience that extreme, that level.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I do agree with something like this never happened to me in my life before.
And I put yourself in my shoes. Something like this happened to me like half a dozen, maybe almost like 7-8 times. I've had this happen. Something like this happens to you 0 times. Most people happen 0 times. What do you do when it happens to you like 7 or 8 or 9 times? How do you cope when it keeps happening? It doesn't happen to anybody else. People don't even get it once, not even once. But I get it like 10 times. How am I supposed to feel about it? Yeah, you're getting it. He gets it, I think.
I do understand it because there is in the psychology it's called the Matthew effect loop.
Oh, I'm sorry. What effect? I'm sorry. I want to hear this.
The Matthew effect loop.
Matthew effect?
There are people waiting in the private chat. Just notice.
I want to talk to Denmark guy because I don't.
I don't mind.
I want to share your face. I want to talk to you. Yeah. What's it called? The what effect?
Matthew. Matthew effect. Yeah. Matthew effect loop. And basically, what it is like a domino effect. There's a positive one, and there's a negative one. Mm-hmm. And it's basically the same. Like, let's take an example for someone.
Hold on, stop! I want to hear this. Did I get it right? I want to look this up.
Yes.
Matthew.
Yeah.
Matthew effect. Okay, the Matthew effect. Okay, continue.
It's basically like a domino effect because I can take someone who is like, I don't know, take the classical case of someone who is not good looking, he's trying to get a girl, gets rejected like consistently 20, like one after each other. And usually when you look at this, on average, people who are more positive or not really risk averse at all, people are on average really successful by default when it comes to dating, or they're like people who get some results in the first place.
Well, hold on. I hear where you're going, but like I said, this channel is not about women or I've had people say, "Oh, you fucking incel." I've had others say, "Well, you had a girl, you had sex when you were younger." I'm not interested in women. I understand the point you're making. Even beyond that, just trying to exist normally, go to a grocery store normally, I'm having this problem. So I hear what you're saying. This goes beyond dating. This goes into just trying to be a normal human being territory, just existing territory. But go ahead.
This was just an example. It wasn't
an example. Okay.
Yeah. It's just in your case, since you're kind of you get rejected over and over again. It converts to a kind of mental state also. And
hold on, stop. At this point in my 40s, that's the least of my problems. If I can't even go to the grocery store without some crazy bitch going nuts on me, that's more important to me than getting a girlfriend or getting a great job. Okay, I've explained this a million times, but Zenesis, you haven't been around a while. Okay, continue. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yes. because this kind of translates your mental state also. If you get only like if you get 99 rejections through whole your life and 1% some success, the rejections are always going to overshadow, like the bad experiences always going to overshadow the positive one, because people usually who are more, I don't know, who are more kind of hopeful or more positive, for them it's kind of the reverse case.
Well, no, stop. I disagree. Like you just said a moment ago, you've had bad experiences too. We all have good experiences and bad experiences. I think it's a ratio. It's a cumulative average. If you have 1 or 2 bad experiences, but a dozen good ones, the good ones will override the bad. If you have 1 or 2 bad experiences, but then like a dozen bad ones, you know what I'm saying? So it's not about, some people are positive, some people are no. It's if you've had 1 or 2 good and 1,000 bad, you're going to focus on the bad. That will override everything.
This is
in your case, it sounds like the opposite. You've had 1 or 2 bad for every 1,000 good. So it's easy to dismiss bad when you've had plenty of good. Yeah, so many good. But in my case, it's the opposite. For every 1 or 2 good experiences, I got weird shit like this nigger bitch at the fucking grocery store going nuts on me. Yeah.
I mean, this is what I'm trying to tell you, because if you get like 99 rejection and just 1 result, obviously you're going to focus more on the 99 rejections.
Right. No, I agree. I agree.
And for people who are on average more positive, more hopeful, and giving you those go outside, bro, are usually those people who get way more results than negatives by default. And this is why they come to the conclusion in the first place. You're
saying people get more good results, assume everyone's good, or what are you trying to say? And people get bad results?
I'm just saying people who give you this kind of advice are generally also people who also on average live they also get on average more success in their life. Like when someone says go touch grass, bro, just take a shower, bro.
Take a shower. Go put yourself out there, bro. Yeah. That's what happens when I put myself out there.
You don't see sub 5s saying this kind of shit.
No. Oh, you should know. You still hang out with your sub 5s. Do they say this? Even though they're blue pilled, they're not black pilled. Do they say this kind of shit, or what do they think? What are your sub 5s?
They don't say they don't say like take a shower, bro. They just say like its personality and stuff like this. But I'm talking about the black pill space itself.
Okay, black.
Okay. Yeah, it's just you also need to consider the fact this kind of blue pill advice which people give. It doesn't mean that it's untrue. It is true. It's true for them because it worked for them.
Let's stop a minute. Real quick, I want to say something. I'm not trying to cut you off. The blue pill is real, but only if you meet a certain threshold. So you've got people giving blue pill advice because it's real for them. I agree. You've also got your sub 5 blue pill friends who it's not real. You got 3 different groups. The blue pill is real because they're normies or good-looking people. The blue pill isn't real, but they don't know any better, like your sub 5 friends. And you're here, ugly fucks and black. You know what I'm saying? You've got 3 different. You got 3 different groups. Your normie friends can believe in the blue pill because it's real for them. Your sub 5 friends, according to you, it's not real for them, but they still believe in it. They're not black pilled yet. They hope for it. Yeah. We've gone beyond that. So how would you reconcile all that?
I would say, because I agree with you, there is looks thresholds you need to reach to even consider the.
I understand. I'm talking about your sub 5 friends who are not black pilled. They still believe in the blue pill.
The reason why it's a hope thing.
Hope. Yeah.
It's like they're clinging on to with all their might for something.
I was in my younger days. I was there once too. Like you're 28, maybe at 28, I would have thought the same thing. I'm in my 40s now. It's been 15 years. I can't believe that shit anymore. I'm too old and too experienced in life to believe that shit anymore. But so your friends are still too young. They'll be like me another 10 to 15
I'm not saying that it's not about the age, it's about the personality itself, how they're built, kind of. Because the people who are going to stay blue pill their whole lives and going to also die.
Well, in a way, it says they're lucky. They're sub 5 ugly fucks, but they're totally naive. It's my personality. Everything's fine. Even though they're ugly fucks, they can they're happy with their existence. I'm aware of my existence. You're saying they have no self-awareness in a way, which is actually a good thing. They can keep on keeping on. They can keep on keeping on because they're not self-aware, based on what you're saying.
I would rather have them being blue pilled than kill themselves.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I would rather have them be blue pilled, naive, and be alive than them kill themselves, because the black pill is not really.
Hold on, I'm neither. By the way, someone says I have a huge gut. Does this look like a huge gut to you? What I would say is, I'm not blue pilled, but I'm not suicidal. I know it's a dark place, but I guess not everyone. I gotta take a piss real quick. Stop him for a few minutes. Not everyone has the mental strength, and it's taxing. It's very, very taxing on me. It might be deadly to others. Like, if your blue pill friends realize what I did, how do you think they'd fare? Would they do better than I am? Worse? About the same? If one of your sub 5 blue pill friends, sub 5, became like me, would they off themselves? You can be honest. I'll be right back.
Yes, let's hear that.
One more beer.
Be like you in what way? Looks.
I'm asking the question again.
Well, yeah, no, because you have some sub 5 friends who are still optimistic. They're still
Yes.
happy to be out in the world.
Yes.
If they ever wake up to the reality of existence and say, hey, I'm an ugly fuck, no woman will ever value me or love me or spend a lifetime with me, I'm just a nothing, what would they do? What would they say?
Yeah, you also need to consider the fact that that those kind of awareness, the black pill awareness and stuff like this, is only built for certain kinds of people out there. Not
Well,
everybody can have.
Because you still hang out with your sub 5 friends, and you must know to an extent that they'll never make it. They'll never find that woman who loves them, who wants to grow old with them, who wants to have a family with them. They're just going to be alone perpetually. There is no hope for them. Unlike you, you're a good-looking guy. You could get a woman. You could have kids. You could raise a family. You could ascend to something normally. But your sub 5 friends will never have that. And you must know that they'll never have that. What would you tell them? What would you say to them?
What I do is basically, I never confront people with stuff like this at all. I wait. If I'm like this kind of guy who's more kind of neutral.
Okay.
If someone would come up to me and cry or something like this, I wouldn't blackpill them or something like this, but I try to lead them to the kind of truth, kind of.
Okay, so wait. What is the truth? If one of your sub 5 ugly friends said, hey, I'm an ugly guy, no woman will ever want to have a future with me, I'm just going to kill myself, what would you say to them to take them from the edge and make them live their life? What would you say?
Okay. I would say most my friends, sub 5 groups, I would say most of 4 out of 10 looks wise. I personally believe there is if you're below a 4 out of 10, it's over, kind of. There's looks maximum for you, anything going on. If you're at the 4 out of 10, you already passed the looks threshold for most girls currently on our era. So there's this kind of ground where you can do a lot of stuff like looks maxing, career maxing, stuff like this. So there's some hope going on. For someone who is like generally like 3 out of 10, 2 out of 10, if someone would cry, if this guy would come over to me and cry and say like, I'm desperate, I don't know what to do, I would be honest with him and try and tell him, hey, focus on other stuff, try to find peace in different things. There's more to women. I know it's a stupid thing to say for most people. If somebody says like, all right, hey, women are not special, to someone who doesn't get something like this at all, it's like a completely like discrediting his position with this statement alone. But I'm generally like, I mean, it's the same because also with you, for example, you're not focused on women at all. You have other stuff because you have other problems going on.
Well, there was a time where it was, but at this point in life, with all the other shit that's happened, I try to tell people it's not that I'm not interested in women. It's just that's like 3rd or 4th backseat compared to all the other shit that's going on. I got bigger fish to fry, basically. Yeah.
Yes, and I mean, you also need to consider the fact that I'm not saying that throughout human evolution, there were always people who never reproduced, who never got something. I'm not saying
No,
this.
we understand that. There are always dead branches on the tree.
Yeah. So this person is not alone. He's not the outlier kind of case. And I would give him an honest advice and say, like, hey, try to find peace in different things. But only if this guy would really like be suicidal, desperate, and would cry in front of me. Then I would go the black pill route and be like, because I do think there is a side to the black pill where most people, because I make this distinction between, because for me personally, black pill is just information, and the person per se, the black pillars are the negative ones mostly.
Well, I ask you this. Hold on, stop a minute. You said that most of your sub-5 friends are still blue pilled. Is that correct?
Yes.
And they're about your age, what, 20s, or how old are they?
They're similar age. Some are younger, some are similar.
Have you ever tried to quasi black pill one or two of them, or have you ever tried to give them some black pill advice? And
Yes.
have any of them ever gone to black pill territory? Go ahead. I want to hear that.
Really subtle black pill stuff when it comes to in a really covert way, kind of. But only sort of people who are like 4 out of 10 looking. I've granted I have only mostly 4 out of 10 people in my friend group.
Oh, so even your sub-5s have to be, basically sub-5, but above 3. You
I
only,
know, it was just-
you're only 410. Okay.
No, it's not
Even
that
you
I
have
choose.
that Lucas thing. You don't hang
I
out with
didn't choose exactly like, all right, okay, yeah, I'm only friends with 4 out of 10s. No, it was just like, it just came naturally that I vibe with those kind of people. Because there's also a personality compound which I really actually value more than the looks and the shared interests. I'm not really so keen on the looks thresholds. I'm not really. I mean, everybody's kind of a
You
lookist. but I'm
called
not
them.
really-
You called them sub-5. That's your own definition. You know what I mean?
to help you make them understand them better, because you started with the sub-5 kind of group thing.
Okay, whatever you want to call them. You're saying how everyone looks. You admit these guys are probably uglier than your cool kid friends. But the point I was asking, you tried to like covertly black pill some of them, or have any of them kind of come around to the black pill on their own? You know what I mean? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, you can try to covertly give them this kind of information, subtle, but if it at the end of the day it's up to them if they ever gonna find this pill itself or come to the conclusion. It's like Todd said, they need to find this shit on their own. You can only give them the route, kind of the pathway to finding this kind of.
I agree.
And this is what I do. I'm a guy who's really neutral in real life. I don't like drama at all. I don't either, but drama seems to follow me.
Yeah.
You're lucky that
Yeah.
drama doesn't bother. Drama comes after me. I don't go looking for it. You have the luxury of not having to deal with drama. The luxury of being able to avoid drama. I've got drama coming to me, but okay. We'll go to bed next minute.
Yeah.
I think Brother Click's getting tired. He's going to bed soon.
I'm getting out of it.
Want to wait another 2-3 minutes?
2 or 3 minutes.
I can tell he's out of it, but go ahead.
Yeah. I wanted to also ask Percy regarding socialization.
Last question. I'll probably take a 1 or 2 minute break and we'll bring. Okay, go ahead. What do you want to ask?
What do you want to ask me? Yeah.
Because the socialization thing OC answered before. Because I asked him if he views this kind of panel as a socialization, that this itself replaces human contact in real life.
Does the panel replace human contact?
Yes, it does. I don't
Really?
have much human contact in my real life.
You get along with your coworkers.
I go to work. I get along with my coworkers, but I don't have any friends. I don't go out or socialize with anybody. So my only real socialization would be this stream and with you, ZENESIS.
and with
That's-
me and I.
Yeah.
Because you guys grew up without smartphones and technology and stuff like this. So it's kind of interesting that Percy's saying like, all right, because you guys know how it was back then, how without this.
Oh yeah, we remember. Yeah, a world before internet. Absolutely.
Yes.
I guess we got to take what's available to us. If this didn't exist, we wouldn't think of it. But because it's here, let's try to take advantage of it. We definitely remember all through our growing up, even our teenage years, 20s. There was no streaming like this.
Yeah.
We adapted to it later in life, just as like a crutch.
The cope. Yeah.
Cope, yeah.
But don't you guys get this desire, because you also know how it was back then on the other side? with actually
Sorry, do we get what? What's the question?
don't you get kind of like because you guys know how it was back then without any technologies. You grew up with human connections.
Or lack thereof.
Let him continue. Go on, hear the story. Ask the question.
And now you're like seeing the complete different side on the panel kind of thing, don't you? Because I always think for the older generation, like Gen X, boomers and stuff like this, I think personally that they really suffer the most when it to the new kind of era, the regarding technologies, because everything is going more this kind of panel route and stuff.
Well,
like
that's why when earlier Penny Pounder, you know who Penny Pounder is? He said he would come on if my parents were here. I'm like, my parents in their 70s, they know nothing about this world. For us, it's alien, but it's still close enough we can try to adapt. Exactly. It was a long process. We didn't grow up with it. This is an adaptation process.
It was, yes.
So, yes, I agree. Boomers for sure. There might be a few exceptions. Boomers, really, my parents could never stream. I got into it later, but only because I filled a niche. I was like this middle-aged 40-plus loser, and there was like apparently a demand for content.
There was, yes.
So, but it took me a long time. I didn't like 10 years ago. I never thought I had a YouTube account because it was just so foreign and alien to me. I'd watch YouTube, but I couldn't do this. It was like a slow coming out process that I think guys your age, you had it since your childhood, so you didn't have to think about it.
Exactly, yes.
So we're trying to make the best of what we have, but it's still, for me anyway, it's still kind of alien.
It is, yes. It's weird.
But it's better than nothing, I guess.
No, because
a loser like me 20 or 30 years ago would even have this outlet. I could try to adapt to this outlet to have something. Yeah, that's what I'd say.
Yes.
Because for me, I grew up with this kind of thing. For me, this is normal, but I still prefer to do stuff in real life. And also would say that the real life human connection is way different than the online stuff, because there are so many chronically online people saying that no, this completely replaces all my social kind of stuff. I don't need any human connection in real life. This is for me, I don't know, this is crazy to say.
Well, you think those people are sub-5s who have no choice but to make the online world their only socialization? Because if they could have cool kid friends, they wouldn't be saying that. You know what I mean? Or forget your sub-5s, do some of your normie, popular, cool kid friends say the same thing? Who are the people saying this? Are they ugly fucks? Are they cool who's saying that they're happy with an online-only life? Who are these people?
I would say there's general people who are chronically online. The thing is, maybe probably
who are those people? It's mostly sub-5s, I'd imagine.
This is hard to tell because I can't really confirm the looks because they're on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's why I want Dev Pike and others to come on and just get past the look threshold. Yeah, exactly.
Face.
We're all lookists. Yeah.
Show the face.
Everybody's using internet, but it's just the amount of internet they use on a daily basis and how much they're consuming.
I think a lot of people use apps. They don't necessarily spend all their time on a website. They're using apps when they need them. So I actually disagree that everyone's online all the time. I think we have access to the internet. But that's new. When we were kids, there was no internet. When we were teenagers, internet was dial-up, phone line. You'd go on for half an hour and say, I better get off before I get too big a phone bill. So we remember a time when internet didn't exist and when internet was limited. Now people can go online wherever they want, but they basically go to apps and things like that.
Yes,
they're not spending hours and hours on YouTube or other websites. Yeah.
No, they're not.
Yeah. There's of course there is some layers to it, like because not everybody is kind of literally online, but not online actively.
Right. Yes. They're literally, truly online, but not actively. I agree. Well said. Yes.
And did Dev told you the term which I made up for you for your case?
Tell me.
I think Dev is also falls in this kind of category. I think you and Dev are personally for me you're a denied extrovert, I would say, because you're.
I'm sorry.
A denied extrovert because you have I would say your personality.
Denied extrovert. You said denied extrovert, or extroverts who are denied the ability. What?
A denied extrovert, basically a person who is an extrovert personality type wise. He wants to socialize, but he gets rejected from the outside.
They're like, is that what you said? Denied extrovert. We want to be extroverts. We were denied, so we were forced to be introverts. Yeah.
Extrovert with an A, not an O. Not overt, not overt, avert.
But the first word is denied. You're saying we're denied extroverts.
It's basically a person who is really outgoing. He wants to socialize, but gets rejected because of out.
I'd like to fly, but my wings have been so denied.
Yeah. All right. Tell you what. Brother Click has to go to bed. I'm going to put him to bed. I'm going to go. Denmark guy wants to come on. I don't like people coming on with their face, but have you ever spoken to Denmark guy? You want to talk to him for like 5-10 minutes before I call it?
Spoke with him before. Yeah. I mean,
put him on again here. Have fun. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.
I say one more time.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good. Yeah. Good morning.
Sorry for not. I saw your message way later on. I mean, I told you
doesn't matter. Have you been sleeping?
No, I've been up all night. Because usually I don't wake up like you in the morning. I usually do an all-nighter for those kind of panels.
Okay, yeah, interesting. But may I ask you what do you do when you're not don't have a job? Do you game a lot or?
I actually no, I don't. I do game also, play some video games, but usually I do go out with my friends, socialize, go to parties. Just try to.
You go to parties and shit.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, that's cool, man. That's cool.
Yeah. I mean, because there's this thing also where people say, yeah, when you're in need, you're never busy when you're in need. I would say it depends on the person. You can become busy also. You can make
but do you and your friends go out in the nightlife in Vienna?
Yes, but usually there's more. In the summer it was more frequently because of the events. But usually the thing is, sadly, in Vienna, in Austria, we have this thing going on where the metros aren't going 24 hours, the public transport. It's only on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, where the metros.
Why? How come?
I don't know. There's a thing here in Austria that because Sunday is this day also which everybody has off work. This is like a thing which where everything is closed, store-wise also. And I think it's like a religion kind of reason why because they wanted like, okay, we want people to have Sunday off so they can enjoy this day with the family.
So it's not a new thing. It's like old.
It's old there. Isn't it the same in Denmark?
But in Copenhagen, where the metro is, it's unmanned. It's the machines that rides the metro, so it's just all the time.
This is way more advanced. It's not here at all.
But it's I remember when the metro was built, and I didn't travel a lot. Then I went to Berlin, and I went to their metro, and was like a guy driving the metro, and I was like, "What the fuck is this shit?" Because I thought every metro in the whole world was more or less like a driver without a human driving in it. So, but apparently it is not like that. It's not like that. But so in Copenhagen, since the first metro was built in like I think it was in like 2008 or something like that. There hasn't been any people driving. There are people in their headquarters that monitors it and so on, but it just drives all the time, every like 4, 5, 6 minutes or something like that.
I mean, how is it with the store time? Are the stores always open like 24/7, like in America also?
No, we have something called there's closing law shit. So and that was liberalized 10 years ago or something like that. So
Yeah.
before that, there was like laws, probably like in Austria, where everything needed to like somewhat be like closed off and shit. But in the inner city, you will find outlets that are open 24/7. Yeah, but it's not normal outside the city. It's only the big cities.
Okay. I mean, we do have some stores open on Sundays, but it's usually only at certain places, for example, the airport or some particular kind of metro station, which is known for where people are traveling a lot.
Yeah.
But usually on Sunday is pretty dead. Vienna is pretty dead.
Now in Denmark, in the small cities where they can't find enough people to work, they have started creating like 24/7 open automated shops like supermarkets and shit.
Yeah.
But that's a new thing in the recent years.
I mean, Denmark sounds way more. It kind of reminds me. I mean, Japan is way different, way more advanced. But
I get your point. I don't think it's Japan yet, but I think we're slowly moving towards that. Definitely.
China or Japan, kind of in this route. But it's nice. Austria's really traditional, really old school. For them, it's always like when it comes to new invention, they're more like, now we have always done this kind of thing everything is fine. Don't you need to change anything?
That is a German thing. It's a German thing. Yeah. I think I know that you could also say that Denmark is some kind of Germanic culture, but it's like you're closer to Germany. I think that's why that they are more like. When I went to Berlin on exchange, and I was so surprised that for a country just beside Denmark, it was so undigitalized. And I think Denmark is one of the most digitalized countries in the whole world. You don't need basically to go anywhere to. Everything is digital basically. You know, we have the digital ID that in the US, they're crying and screaming about. We have had that for many, like 15, 20 years or something like that. So, but I don't really think it's a problem in European countries because we are quite high trust. Don't you have like some kind of digital ID or something?
We do have a digital ID. It's called Digital Austria.
Yeah.
But there is a saying here that Austria is way more digitally advanced than Germany when it comes to
I was shocked when I went to Germany. It was completely fucked. It was like paper. They were writing on papers and shit at the municipality and shit. I was like, what is I'm not even trying to be rude. It's just I was just like, Germany is a quite well functioning country, but
they're really old school when it comes to some stuffs. They're really old school.
Yeah, but I think they're starting digitalizing everything now, or something like that. They have to join the modern world, I guess.
There's one thing which I noticed in Denmark when I compared it to Austria. I noticed that the girls over there look really similar
to Austria.
I mean, what I noticed, you have way more blonde-haired girls over there than in Austria. But I don't know, they look really similar facial-wise and stuff like this.
Yeah.
To the people here in Austria.
Yeah, I don't know a lot about Austria, but I think that you speaking about specific facial features, I guess.
No, I'm not saying it's nose, but it's just a kind of, you see always like I'm talking more about the hair color in the sense of like, all right, okay, you see a lot of blondes running around in Denmark, for example. You also see a lot of blonde-haired girls running around here. It's just, I was kind of like surprised, like, because when I saw like because you sent in like a video for people on, like, when I remember back then, in the session group you showed you posted a video about like girls in Denmark kind of, and then on the night side kind of, and I was like, damn, they look really like they could belong to here. Kind of, kind of like interesting, because I always thought that people that the people over there must look kind of way different, kind of.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I went to Berlin. I didn't really. I think I don't really but it's also hard because women, they tend to use a lot more makeup and color the hair and stuff. So you got a lot of women coloring the hair in Denmark, but I guess that's a kind of a normal thing in the whole of the West.
Yeah.
So
Would you say, I don't know, would you say that the girls over there in Denmark are bad, or toxic? Because I know the American perspective, kind of, because I hear from this panel that the girls in America are really, demanding and stuff like this, really toxic and stuff like this. Would you say it's brutal in Denmark also?
Well, I've only lived in another country when I went to Berlin in Germany, and that was in 2000, and yeah, that's years ago. But there was definitely back then I could. But when you go abroad, you kind of biased because everything is new. But I definitely got the feeling that the French people that I met and the Spanish people that I met were like living in the 2006, 7, 8, just before heavy technology and shit. So it was way more easier to approach them and talk to them. They were way more like culturally. They had an identity and I don't when I see today I get all these. I've also been to Spain because I got some friends on exchange, and I visited them in Spain, and I actually lived with a family, and I think it's still, and that was a couple of years ago. But I just I think that France and Spain, due to various factors, are more retaining their identity, if that makes sense, their cultural identity and Spain, that is primarily because that they are poorer than the other countries, so they have to live more together and they're forced more together and shit like that. And in France, I think it's just they aren't Anglified to the same degree as the rest of Europe in terms of speaking English and getting all the newest updates and trends and so on and so forth. But it has probably already changed now with the younger generations, as they probably speak better English.
So you're saying basically that the girls over there are getting more Americanized, kind of, and they're basically becoming like the girls in America because of the product, because of the things they're consuming.
Yeah, I would agree like that, but I don't like the way you say it. But we use the term Americanized in a bad way, but I don't know, but American, I get what you're saying, or maybe Westernized is maybe a better term. I just think the US is so different because it's such a huge country that I think that there's so many local identities depending on each state. But of course, the big cities might have some resemblance. But I remember, I think it's a whole new game today with the girls and everywhere in Europe because of technology and everybody speaks English. Yeah. So I'm happy that I didn't experience that. I wouldn't go on exchange in Europe today. No.
Yeah. Because I just try to get a different perspective on it, because I talked with Dev about it, how the dating is over there in the UK, and all the girls are also over there, and I mean, it might be that Dev is extravagating a lot, but the stuff which he's telling me sounds like absolute horror. I know how the girls are here in Austria. I don't get to experience so much or I don't see it. I don't see so many brutal things as what people are describing in this space, kind of.
Yeah. I have a good question. As you live in Austria, for example, I used to live in inner Copenhagen, and where I live like at a dorm, and we will often get people from not the inner cities, but from the countryside, and you could clearly feel that there was a sense of niceness and politeness, and not this kind of rowdiness that you see in the city culture when they arrived at the dorm. And do you also experience that if you meet like a girl or a guy that are from the countryside, and maybe you meet them at the inner city in Vienna?
You mean that the people from the countryside are more more nicer because they're more foreign, and
Yeah.
they kind of subconsciously like adjusted this kind of behavior because they want to make new friends and get integrated.
Yeah, but I just yeah, it could be. You could also say like that, but it could also just be in the countryside. People are more like they can't afford to behave like inner city people because they're more dependent on each other, and it's more closely knitted together, the local community, because there's maybe only two schools instead of like 30 schools in Copenhagen.
Yeah, I mean, I think you asked me before this. Maybe I might be wrong, because you asked me why I'm so nice or something like this.
Yeah, you come off. You come off. I know this is like online, but I don't. It's not. You could come off as like a new like a countryside guy that just moved to the inner city kind of thing. But this is online. It's not a diss or anything. It's just it's actually a nice. I'm trying to be nice, but it's
Yeah, no,
genuine.
I'm just trying to because I thought about it actually, and the thing is why I'm nice is more like a personal thing. Actually, you can find a lot of the average Viennese kind of guy is not like me at all. They're really like rudish, angry, but you will probably find a lot of people like me, especially in academia.
Yeah.
Academia department in the field. If you talk with those kind of people here, they will probably remind you of me kind of behavior wise. I think the reason why I'm like this because I do have a lot of academic friends also.
That work within the university field, as teachers and shit.
And so I also got exposed to it naturally. Maybe I subconsciously kind of adjusted to the behavior kind of also to fit in more. Because I don't the thing is the niceness, I don't know.
It also has to be because of your profession, what you used to work with.
Yeah, teacher,
because, but you're forced to be like this kind of like what do you say? How can I explain it? Like you're forced to be you're forced to be a liberal guy, kind of, if that makes sense. Like
polite.
I know it sounds like this, but it's a nice thing.
No,
nice.
It's not this at all. It's just you basically describe it because people they want there's a specific behavior wise which is really like requested by the workforce.
Yeah.
And you try to just behave according to this kind of to the standards.
I have a really weird question I need to ask you. It's because I have a friend of mine that he's actually it's unrelated, but he's actually married to a woman who's like she's basically anyways, she works with children like you, and she's starting to be a pedagogue, like a nursery assistant or whatever the fuck you call it. Yeah. And she told me at her kindergarten, the children they throw shit at each other.
Yeah, this is true.
Do you? And when she told me that, my mother has worked as the same profession as you, and she has worked that for 40, 50 years, something like that. She has the record in the area or something, and I've worked for like 2 years or something. And when I worked for 2 years, I never experienced any kind of I only experienced it once where there was like a 5-year-old that shit his pants, but I never saw anything like where children threw shit at each other. What the fuck? What the fuck is that? Can you come with some comments on
Yeah,
that?
I would say those kids who do this especially are also by default really problem childs. They're also like really prone to like annoy other children, or also bullied
Okay,
a lot. So, but it's not uncommon. It can happen. It's
but at what age? It's not that I want to speak a lot about it, but for me, I work with like 4 and 5, and I think it was 6 years. But I
yes,
could see it. I could see it happen in the at the smallest children, the 2 and
well,
3
yeah,
year
well,
olds.
0 to 3, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I could see that happen in those children. But I was just blown away when you told me about it. I was like, it has to be do you think it's like mental
Yeah, they're really
mental
yeah.
retardation or like?
I would say the development of the cognitive thinking is like kind of
It's a early bad sign or
yeah.
something.
It's like, but you got. I mean, it did also like. I mean, when it comes to problem children, I also try to confront like because I also needed to confront kind of parents with some things which I kind of observed in the sense of, all right, hey, this guy might have or this kid might have something on, like maybe autism or something like this.
Yeah.
Now the problem is just talking with parents is really difficult because they get really emotionally invested in the stuff which you're saying. And I mean, I think that there might be a reason why I'm kind of used to arguing with people, also job wise. So maybe like talking with people on this panel is nothing for me in comparison because of that of way worse people in real life.
Yeah. But it's a profession. It's a profession thing because I see it in I'm not saying that you're my mother or anything, but I see it in my mother and her
Yeah.
friends as well. That all the friends are like pedagogue, like nursery assistants. And but what the fuck? I was going to say something. It was one of the benefits of having if you get a child is that everybody kind of like respects you. I remember when I was young, because my mother has basically been like a nursery assistant for all these children in the city that I grew up with. So I kind of like got respected by that. There was a nice, it was a nice thing.
Yeah, you get like yeah, this is
I
generally.
got I basically got bullied way less. I think I got bullied way less than compared to if they didn't know her.
I mean, when you're a woman or doing this kind of thing, then you get like a double bonus kind of thing. But when you're a man, you also get. I mean, I can tell you, when you're a man, you ultimately get trusted more. But the problem is, there's also the other side where a lot of people were thinking that you are doing some nasty things with the kids.
Yeah.
Because there's also
Yeah, man. I have a memory from when I was in kindergarten, and me and there was one male nursery assistant who was they were suspicious that he was a pedophile, and
yeah,
me and he was like, I don't know, he was put on leave or something, and I spoke with my friends that I still speak with to this day about it. We went to the same kindergarten, and none of us ever saw anything that was weird about his behavior, anything. And he was our favorite like nursery assistant. And I know that because he's our favorite, it doesn't mean he couldn't have done anything. But we were just like shocked, and he was also, they didn't have anything on him. It was basically only because he was a fucking man. And if you and it's funny, as I wrote in the session chat, they have made this new educational, you can take the education and work and blah blah blah. And I looked into it on Reddit, on the Danish subreddit, what everybody was speaking about the last couple of years as working as a man in the field. And historically there's been all these fucking weird rules in Denmark about
yeah.
men working in this field, but slowly it has been better and better, but still you're looked down upon.
There's also the thing. I don't know how it's in Copenhagen, but I noticed that most guys who are actually working in this field are gay guys. Because when you think about it, gay guys ultimately get treated by on by default more of a woman kind of. And it's also because there's still
Yeah.
this kind of negative pre-notion going on when it comes to straight guys in this field, especially. Most guys I work with were actually gay. Like,
Okay,
it was
that's
also
interesting.
like it was uncommon to find another straight guy.
Yeah, but I think that you can say more about that. But in Denmark, it is really, really, really common that after you finish gymnasium, you take 1 or 2 gap years, and that I know several of my like local friends that worked at the same kindergarten as I did, and none of us are gay.
Yeah,
No, I'm not saying that you said that I was gay, anything like that. But it's probably correct what you're saying. But also the male kindergarten teachers the worked where I worked, they were not gay. They were married and had kids.
mhm.
But I think you're correct. You're definitely correct.
This is what I say might be a Vienna thing, because this is what I observed. Maybe it was also like a bias because I randomly landed on those spots where most gay people were in, kind of by default. So maybe it was just
Yeah. I actually looked
up.
up some data. It's roughly a third of nursery assistants. They are male, but for those that work with children below the age of 6, it's only like 5 to 8% that are
Yeah.
male. So the males, they primarily work with like school age children and adults with special needs and so on and so forth. Yeah, that's how it is in Denmark.
Where is OC?
What did you say?
Is OC here?
Actually, I don't know. Are you here, OC?
Kind of like disappeared because he said like it's gonna be back.
StreamYard. Because
So
the StreamYard continues as
Yeah.
we figured out. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it sounds like it is here, yeah.